will hold talks with Ukraine's President Volodymyr Zelensky, who has warned that Ukraine won't accept any peace agreement that President Trump might work out with Russia's leader if Ukraine's not directly involved. There's yet another lawsuit filed over Doge and President Trump using Elon Musk's Department of Government Efficiency to cut back federal agencies and slash spending.
From 14 states claiming Musk's, quote, unprecedented power as unconstitutional, saying this: there is no greater threat to democracy than the accumulation of state power in the hands of a single unelected individual.
Fox's Chanley Painter. Another judge has ordered the president to lift a funding freeze on the U.S. Agency for International Development that the Trump administration says is out of control with wasteful spending. The judge also keeping on hold, putting thousands of USAID workers on leave. President Trump's ready to hit more countries with more tariffs.
The reciprocal makes tariffs really fair.
He says whatever tariffs other countries have on American exports, the U.S. will charge them the same amount for their imports.
But economics experts say reciprocal tariffs break with the norms set up at the World Trade Organization. They say it could lead to an approach where tariffs are negotiated country by country on a reciprocal basis. So White House officials appear unmoved, blaming what they call the lack of reciprocity for a $1 trillion trade deficit.
Fox's Madeline Rivera. Robert F. Kennedy Jr. is now Health and Human Services Secretary, sworn in after being confirmed by the Senate. Kennedy tells Fox we need a healthier approach.
The one place that I would say that we need to really change policies is in the SNAP program and food stamps and in school lunches.
Now, Democrats have called Kennedy's vaccine skepticism dangerous. America's listening to Fox News.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
She wanted to carry out mass murder. You have a clear radar over Monument Circle, and it's 12 degrees. Your high today is 35. This report is brought to you by SeeBeyondTheAddiction.org. I'm Ryan Hedrick. Here's what's trending at 6:02. A school shooting was stopped in Morrisville Thursday. The FBI and local police arrested 18-year-old Trinity Shockley, a student at Morrisville High School, before the attack had happened. Police Chief Kerry Buckner.
You know, you're taken back. You never think like things like this are going to happen in your community, especially a small community like this, but you just can't discount it anymore.
And detectives say Shockley had guns and ammo and planned to carry out the shooting today. The school will open this morning. Shockley is in jail. IMPD Chief Chris Bailey said recently that enforcing federal immigration laws isn't IMPD's job. Indiana Attorney General Todd Rokita disagrees.
When ICE asked for assistance, when ICE asked to hold an illegal alien as what we call a detainer, then under Indiana law, those local police forces have to honor it.
And Rokita told WIBC's Hammer and Nigel he sent letters to both IMPD and the school district here in Indianapolis, warning that if they don't follow Indiana law, he'll take them to court. A leadership crisis at a large animal shelter in Indianapolis. Kurt Darling reports on what former staffers are saying.
Lauren Wyatt used to be the volunteer coordinator for Indianapolis Animal Care Services, and she tells Wish TV that many current and former volunteers do not want interim director Kelly Diamond to get the job permanently.
Top-down leadership, my way or the highway attitude with staff, making volunteers feel less than, not appreciated.
Wyatt says under Diamond's leadership, a lack of staffing has many dogs only getting to go out once a day and sometimes have had to be stuck in crates covered in their own waste. Kirk Darling, 93 WIBC Mobile News.
Get ready for more snow this weekend. Forecaster Andrew White at the National Weather Service. Indianapolis says Saturday will start with rain.
As you get further north across the state, you're going to see increasing amounts. Right now, generally forecasted less than a half inch for most of central Indiana. But as you get towards the northern portions of the state, up towards Michigan, you can have snowfall amounts as much as 3 to 5 inches.
Get ready for those bitterly cold temperatures. They're back as well. Monday's high will be 8 degrees. I'm Ryan Hedrick on the level, on the go, and at WIBC.com. You have traffic and weather together in 1 minute. It's 6:04.
One of the joys of working with Radio 1 has been that they actually listen.
How can a partnership with WIBC serve your business?
My name's Jake Stamper. I'm the president and CEO of Sagacity Consulting, a full-service marketing and advertising firm.
Communication.
I choose to work with Radio 1 because I have such respect for their ability to achieve a goal. We have served manufacturers to not-for-profits to retail, and the privilege that we have in working with Radio 1 is that they listen to the problems that we're trying to solve or the goals that we want to achieve, which each one of those very vast clients.
Deliver your message to the audience that matters.
My clients have been extraordinarily happy over the last 20 years with the results produced by Radio 1.
Text business to 71007 to take your advertising to the next level.
Radio 1 does a phenomenal job at connecting with the community on every level.
Get results with WIBC.
Fisher's inbound 69 looks pretty good here this morning from State Road 37 down to 465. It's just 4 minutes, everything wide open. Please be careful of those ramps and bridges here today, as they could have ice and that could give you a lot of trouble. Looking at northbound 65 Johnson County, coming up from Franklin, State Road 44 King to 465, and that's moving up to speed here at the moment. Traffic sponsored by Rapid Radios. Rapid Radios are instant push-to-talk walkie-talkies offering national LTE coverage. For a limited time, go to rapidradios.com now for 60% off and free UPS shipping. Add code radio and get an extra 5% off. I'm Matt Bear with traffic on the 5s. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
Marcus Bailey, Wish TV meteorologist. It's cold, kid.
Oh, it is real cold, absolutely. At least it's quiet, but yeah, it's going to be cold here for the next few hours until we get the sun coming up. Temperatures should be a little better later on today, well, better than yesterday at least, and we'll probably see a few clouds building in, but I do think at least, if there's any good news, Friday is going to be dry. We'll finish with a high of around 33. Now, this evening, if you're going to be out for dinner or any plans out on the town here, I think we're okay early on in the evening. We may get a little bit of light snow just after dinner time. And then as we go into the overnight hours, we may flip that to a little bit of freezing rain and then changing to all rain as we get closer to Saturday morning. We'll have a low of around 31 tonight, but I think we actually will get a little bit warmer during the overnight hours. Saturday looks pretty wet. Chilly rain in the morning. We'll warm up into the mid-40s. We could have some heavy rain at times, especially as we go into the afternoon hours. Again, highs in the mid-40s. Sunday, just some very light snow showers. Sunday morning shouldn't be too problematic. Otherwise, we are just cloudy, and we're colder to wrap up the weekend. Sunday's high, 33.
That is Marcus Bailey, Wish TV meteorologist. Marcus, appreciate you as always. 11 degrees in the American Standard Heating Weather Center. The time is 6:07. So an 18-year-old girl who goes by a different name and identifies as transgendered was arrested for plotting a shooting at Mooresville High School. That was supposed to happen today. Oh, don't worry. I'll tell my kid to have his eyes open as they go to school. I think a lot of parents will. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Good morning. This has become the new template of the school shooter? Tony, how dare you? No. How dare anybody not recognize this? Not say out loud, mental illness is an issue. Sure, 18, an adult. You won't get that argument from me. The argument that you're in school and you want to kill your classmates because of your issues. Allow me, students, because there are a lot of adults out there very desperate to lie to you. And you can share this with your kids if you choose. People can be mean. People can be cruel. Those things are true. They have been true throughout history. They're never going to change. You can't change them. And going out there and killing somebody isn't going to change it. Someone else is going to be cruel tomorrow. Sometimes that happens. It comes with age sometimes. People learn that that's not a way to do things. That's not a way to act. Some people never learn. Some people are just jerks. That's true. And then some people believe that they are so important that they can impress themselves on others. You have to do this for me. You have to acknowledge this about me or that about me. You have to respond in a certain way. That is also wrong. Nobody has to respond to you in any such way. I don't think people should be proactive to punching you. I don't think people should be proactive to being mean to you. But there's a difference between punching and being mean, now isn't there? But you can't force people to respond. You can't force people to react a certain way. And you can't engage in a violent act and expect things to change. It's not the way it works. No one's going to actually respond to that, nor react to that. And nor are you, and this is the part that adults really don't tell you, nor are you so special that the world has to bend to your whim. You're not special. You're a nice kid. I mean, probably, I hope so, but not special in some way that the world has to react to everything you do, bend to what you do, and if they don't, they're somehow hateful. It's not hateful to not pay attention to you. It's not. It's not hateful to disagree with you. It's not hateful to say, I'm not interested in being friends with you. Those things aren't actually hateful things. It's hateful if you say, I demand it. It is. Now, whatever happened here, to get this girl, who is a girl, it doesn't matter, reality is reality, to get to this place of getting access to an AR-15, ordering a bulletproof vest, whatever took place here, I don't know. I don't have the answer. We do know from the reporting that she had an obsession with other mass shooters, studied them, which is going to make me ask a bunch of questions to parents for sure. But just because you're feeling a certain way doesn't mean you get to take it out on anybody else. And you need to know that. You need to be able to control your emotions or get the help that you need to make that happen. You're not allowed to hurt other people because you feel bad. That's just not the way the world works. And as a society, we're not taking that. Indiana should say no. We don't accept this. We won't accept this. You need to get help? Great. Get it. But don't think you could take your anger out on other people. We're not putting up with that for a second. That's what adults should have told you long ago. If I'm the first, okay. Hopefully I'm not the last. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Good morning.
This is Gary Dick. Record numbers at the ports at 6:32. IBJ Media is seeking nominations for its Indiana 250 list of the most influential leaders in Indiana and the Fast 25 list of Central Indiana's fastest growing companies. More at ibj.com/nominations.
There she is, founder and CEO. High five.
Dave can't stop celebrating with every business owner in town.
All right, Baker Man, high five.
He's sharing the excitement of big savings with the Comcast Business 5-year price lock guarantee.
Ooh, up top, bike shop.
Yeah. It's 5 years of gig speed internet.
Quick, high five.
5 years of advanced security.
5 years.
And 5 years of a great rate that won't change.
Yeah, law partners. Chamberlain, Messelthorpe, Dubois.
All from the company with 99.9% network reliability. Switch today and get the 5-year price lock guarantee.
5 years.
It's back, but only for a limited time.
Woo!
Powering 5 years of savings, powering possibilities. Comcast Business.
Can't forget you, voiceover guy.
Ah, thanks, Dave.
High five.
Ends 3/9/25. Guaranteed rate applies to monthly service charge for new customers on qualifying internet bundle, excluding taxes and fees. Other restrictions apply.
Attention taxpayers. If you or your business owe the IRS back taxes or have years of unfiled tax returns, the IRS has green-lighted billions of dollars in tax relief to those facing financial hardship through its tax relief initiatives. If you have a delinquent tax problem and possibly facing wage garnishment, liens, levies, audits, or already in a payment plan, you may now qualify for significant relief. Qualifying and enrolling in this program could stop all collections, settle your tax problem, and may even reduce what you owe by up to 99%. Call the hotline at Tax Help USA to see if you qualify by dialing 800-210-8808. If you or your business owe at least $10,000 in back taxes to the IRS or state, you can now get the help that you need during these hard economic times. Call Tax Help USA to get your free tax assessment to see what you qualify for by dialing 800-210-8808. 800-210-8808. 800-210-8808.
Traffic on the 5s and Matt Bear, what's going on?
Tony, we're looking at westbound 70 from the downtown hotels, like maybe your ride sharing, taking people out to the airport today, and I think you'll like what you see so far. Westbound 70 looks terrific from downtown West Street, Meridian, Illinois, the other entrances, all the way out to the airport collector with Ronald Reagan Parkway to Ameriplex. It's a smooth trip out to Indianapolis International. If it changes, I'll let you know. Traffic sponsored by Rapid Radios. Rapid Radios are instant push-to-talk walkie-talkies offering national LTE coverage. For a limited time, go to rapidradios.com now for 60% off and free UPS shipping. Add code RADIO and get an extra 5% off. I'm Matt Bear with traffic on the 5s. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
11 degrees in the American Standard Heating Weather Center. The time is 6:15.
I had changed the locks. Didn't even know where she was living. And then one night she calls to say she's getting treatment. Can I drive? I almost hung up. But then I thought, that's my kid. I chose to put away the hurt and the fear and just see my girl.
Addiction is a disease. Standing by a loved one as they fight it will test your faith, patience, and sanity. But it's possible when you see the person, not just their disease. Learn more at cbeyondtheaddiction.org.
That's are us. When dreams don't end, that's are us.
Right now, get $1,500 off a shower or tub replacement or $3,000 off a full bathroom remodel, plus low to no monthly payments. Call 765-545-BATH to schedule your free estimate or go to bathsareus.com. 765-545-BATH.
That's are us. When dreams don't end, that's are us.
At Uline, they know firsthand the road to success is an uphill climb. Uline started in the family basement, and through hard work is now North America's most trusted shipping and industrial supplier. They get what it means to have the support of reliable, hard-working partners. So they keep 41,000 items ready to ship. Whether your company is still in a basement office or expanding cross-country, Uline will be there on your road to success. Visit uline.com.
During tax season, your info travels lots of places you can't control.
W-2 arriving from payroll platform 3.
Everything criminals need to steal your identity is on your W-2.
Last call for accountant and home office, 1 minute.
LifeLock monitors hundreds of millions of data points per second.
Tax preparation data centers with service to IRS. All aboard.
If your identity is stolen, we'll fix it guaranteed, or your money back. Save up to 40% your first year with promo code NEWS. Visit lifelock.com. Terms apply.
Inside Indiana Business Radio, the news you need to get ahead. Indiana's business news leader, weekdays at 6:32 a.m. and 5:56 p.m. on WIBC.
Strike up the band and make the fireflies dance, silver moon sparkling. So kiss me. So kiss me.
Reciprocal tariffs. Well, I went from unhappy to unhappy. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Good morning. Good to be with you. There is Donald Trump talking about the reciprocal tariffs. He's got the big map of America behind him with Gulf of America in big, bold letters.
For purposes of fairness, that I will charge a reciprocal tariff, meaning whatever countries charge the United States of America, we will charge them. No more, no less. In other words, they charge us a tax or tariff, and we charge them the exact same tax or tariff.
Now, he's not actually admitting the tariffs or taxes there. He is getting into a conversation about VAT, value-added taxes that you see in European nations. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC, good morning. And that's why I use it. If he would talk about tariffs and taxes, I'd be super excited because they are. And you have to stop saying, well, they have no effect if you only buy American products. You got to stop it because that's not true. If the product made in America utilizes some piece of equipment or material from another nation, you will pay more. Well, they shouldn't use that material. What if it's the only material available to make the product that is utilized by name the company, name the farmer, name the manufacturer, etc.? If we want to believe that we don't actually live in the global world, we can, but man, is that unhelpful. Understanding we live in a global world is far different than whether or not we want some kind of global world order. I live in a global world. I do not want a global world order. I want the trade. And then people utilize that trade to create products that are even better. A reading of iPencil is mandatory at this moment. So let's not do this. Don't send me texts and don't send me emails. You could just buy American products. That's not legit, guys. So stop. It is legit only to recognize that tariffs are taxes, that as a tactic, I can see their value, but man, some prices are going to go up. That is an honest look at the situation. A dishonest look at the situation is when the political left puts out on social media, breaking news, inflation is higher now under Trump than it was for the entire second half of last year under Joe Biden. That's from some leftist troll on Twitter. That no part of that is true. Inflation for January, 0.5. If we take the Dr. Matt Will estimates, that puts us at 6% inflation. That's all Joe Biden. Everybody who's rational knows this. These people will lie about anything. They won't stop. And they won't stop because they can't, which we saw the inklings of this early, and now we could engage it as a true political philosophy. They cannot stop the political left. They can't. I'm not interested in being like them at all. Tariffs are going to make things cost more. And yes, to the things that you buy as well. So he signs the executive order on the tariffs. He does right there. He's very happy with it.
Ready to go on April 1st, and we'll hand it to the president, and he'll make his decisions. But remember, if they drop their tariffs, prices for Americans are coming down. Our production's going up, and our costs are going down. Remember,
that is the Commerce Secretary, Howard Lutnick. Now, I'm not interested so much in how the World Trade Organization wants to see any of this. I'm only interested in what it means to us. The 25% on steel and aluminum across the board is actually, I think that's a throwback to what Trump did in the first term regarding steel. It made U.S. Steel extremely happy to see that. And a tax on aluminum at 25% means it costs more for soda and beer. Because it will. Because packaging is not free. You're not just paying for the stuff in the can. And beer doesn't work well in a paper cup. So you're going to see a different level of pricing, and you're seeing people saying, man, this is going to be difficult. Because it is. It is going to be difficult. I think to say otherwise is kind of silly. Adding to woes is this bird flu insanity. There's an excellent piece over at Daily Mail about a poultry farmer in Saranac, Michigan, who sells poultry and eggs right here in Indiana and other places. When bird flu came first time, how it immediately spread, the only way to stop that spread, according to the FDA, is to destroy the chickens. That's the way to do it. But it is destroying these farmers. In a week, this guy lost 6.5 million hens, which means 6 million fewer eggs per day. Per day. That's what's being lost. So his argument goes as follows. What we're doing isn't working. This is insane. The only answer to a bird flu, and then Lord only knows what else might come down the line, is the destruction of the hens. Is anybody else going to view this as the kind of like terrorism possibility that it is? So he writes, America must start to vaccinate its poultry populations against avian flu, just as we've vaccinated against Newcastle disease, infectious bronchitis, and a handful of other illnesses for decades. Why is avian flu allowed to persist? I'm not an expert in this field. Vaccines, not for us, but for the chickens. We already have a country that is very wary of vaccines. Now you want to tell us you want to inject more into the chicken. And the answer may very well be, otherwise, get ready not to have eggs or chicken at the ready. And if you're a mom, and we'll go stereotype here, making dinner for your kids, how often does chicken come into play? It's a very interesting question this guy is asking. Hard decisions are going to get made. Matt Bear has traffic.
Yeah, Tony, looking at the interstates right now in the USS, 52.7 miles, 465 USS Indianapolis Memorial Highway. Nicely moving around Indianapolis here in the moment. And the Big Oval, everything good on the northeast side, going through that clear path construction project that's supposed to be done at the end of this year. Northbound 465, no sweat. East 56 up to I-69, everything moving up to speed. Traffic sponsored by Drexel Interiors. Go where the pros go. Drexel Interiors for 1951 cabinetry. Visit Drexel's Kitchen and Bath Design Centers at 146th and River Road, North Shadeland, or online at drexelin.com. I'm Matt Bear on the 5s at WIBC Traffic.
Hey, this is Rob.
And this is Casey.
What lawmaker got mad at me and said something stupid?
Find out Friday, 9 until noon on 93 WIBC.
This is a story of the one. As a maintenance specialist for university housing, he knows college students can major in wear and tear. Plus, housing so many students doesn't leave a lot of room to house all the supplies he needs. That's where Grainger comes in. With over 1 million industrial-grade products and fast, dependable delivery, Grainger carries the quality products he needs so he doesn't have to. From a new door hinge to a whole new faucet. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Love is in the air. The love of money, your financial security. I mean, what's more romantic than saying, honey, happy Valentine's Day, let's retire. Matt Bear here. Hey, Trajan Wealth is your financial team with wealth management plans designed to help protect, maintain, and expand your financial portfolio. Call today at 317-480-4040 and schedule your first appointment. It's free. Or visit TrajanWealth.com. Trajan Wealth understands the importance of tailored insights in providing you with a customized financial portfolio that prepares you for the next phase in life. Trajan Wealth will help you figure your risk tolerance or what's an acceptable loss. From there, you'll collaborate on an individual portfolio that's custom tailored towards your timeline. Call the fiduciary advisors at Trajan Wealth, 317-480-4040, or visit TrajanWealth.com. Advisory services offered through Trajan Wealth, LLC, an SEC-registered investment advisor. Paid advertisement.
Hey, Bill, where you been? You're overdue for a haircut.
Man, listen, my water pipes burst and flooded my house. Place a mess. I've been staying with my daughter till I can figure out what to do.
You trying to fix it and move back in?
No way. It's too big a mess. It'll cost me tens of thousands of dollars. I ain't got that kind of money.
You trying to sell it then?
Well, that's what I'd like to do, but who's going to buy my house in this condition?
Did you call Simple Quarters?
Simple Quarters?
Simple Quarters bought our house when we were in a jam. We needed to move real quick. They closed fast and gave us cash.
Simple Quarters will buy in any condition?
That's right. They buy as is. You don't have to repair anything or clean anything out. It's simple.
What do I have to do?
Just call them. They'll do a quick walkthrough, then they'll make you an offer.
Simple Quarters is a local Christian company that loves to help people in difficult situations. Call Simple Quarters at 317-900-HOME. That's 317-900-HOME. Check us out at simplequarters.com.
Did you know Indiana has a critical shortage of high school referees?
It's causing our games to be canceled or understaffed, and we need your help. I'm Greer Swim from Fishers High School.
And I'm Cooper Allen from Shenandoah High School. We need you so we can keep playing our favorite sports.
So our opportunities to learn aren't limited.
So our experience in high school sports is everything it should be.
With your help, we can make sure we have enough officials for every game.
And student athletes around the state always have the chance to grow through high school sports.
Are you game? Sign up as a high school official in your community today.
I'm IHSAA Commissioner Paul Neidig. High school sports can't happen without high school officials. Help us fill an urgent need in our state so games aren't canceled or understaffed. Visit ihsaa.org to become an official today. This is protecting high school sports. This is serving your community. This is your IHSAA.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
He says enforce the laws or else. You have a clear radar in downtown Indianapolis where it's 12 degrees. Your high today, 38. This report brought to you by Window Nation. I'm Ryan Hedrick. Here's what's trending at 6:30. Immigration laws was the subject of a letter from Indiana's Attorney General Todd Rokita, which he sent out Thursday. Here's John Herrick.
In that letter, Rokita says both IMPD and IPS need to discontinue policies and practices that limit their ability to cooperate with federal immigration authorities or else face legal action from his office. Rokita says state law prohibits local government entities from placing restrictions on federal immigration law. He wants details from both organizations on their immigration-related policies. John Herrick, 93 WIBC Mobile News.
President Trump has ordered the mass firing of recently hired federal employees. On Thursday, the Office of Personnel Management met with agency leaders and advised them to begin firing probationary employees. This could affect hundreds of thousands of people. It could have been a very different day in Mooresville this morning had it not been for the police who stopped a school shooting before it happened. The FBI and Mooresville police arrested Trinity Shockley, who is 18. She's a student at Mooresville High School. Here's Police Chief Kerry Buckner.
You know, you're taken back. You never think like things like this are going to happen in your community, especially a small community like this, but you just can't discount it anymore.
And detectives say Shockley had access to guns and ammo. She planned to carry out the shooting today, Valentine's Day. Expect dry conditions, but watch out because the roads could still be slick from this week's precipitation.
Some of these spots, precipitation we had the other night, definitely led to untreated surfaces to be a little slick. Those generally across the Indianapolis areas and points to the north is where we saw some of that.
Andrew White is a forecaster at the National Weather Service. He says expect rain tomorrow turning into snow and then really, really cold temperatures starting on Monday. I'm Ryan Hedrick on the level, on the go, and at WIBC.com. You have traffic, weather, and sports together in 2.5 minutes. It's 6:33.
This is Inside Indiana Business Radio. I'm Gary Dick. The ports of Indiana shipped 13 million tons of cargo in 2024, the second highest annual volume in the Port Authority's 60-year history. Cargo shipments increased during the fourth straight year for the statewide Port Authority, up 3% from 2023, and the second best of the 2018 record of 14.8 million tons. The South Bend Redevelopment Commission has approved the city's plan to purchase the long-defunct State Theater for $800,000, often riddled with litigation. This is the first time in almost 5 years the property is free of legal woes. South Bend Executive Director of Community Investment, Caleb Bauer.
I do have concerns that if the city were not to take this action, that we are looking at a building that may start to be in a point in the future, not too distant future, where it's no longer viable.
Officials from the University of Southern Indiana will accelerate the university's transition to full membership in the NCAA Division I. USI Interim President Steve Bridges and Director of Athletics John Markall say they've confirmed with the NCAA that the university is meeting its academic and financial requirements for the transition. From the state's #1 source for Indiana business news, you're listening to Inside Indiana Business Radio.
Today, you either innovate or evaporate. We are accelerating the pursuit of progress. From the foods we eat to the heights we soar. Because this is Indiana, the innovation capital of the world. We rally visionaries across industries, invest in connections as much as capital, and fuel our founders from dorm room to boardroom. Fuel your innovation with Elevate Ventures. Visit elevateventures.com.
The Jackson County Industrial Development Corporation says 2024 was a banner year for investment. The nonprofit says a total of nearly $200 million in commitments were made last year, the most in its 40-year history. The total was led by commitments made in November by Seymour-based Guardian Bikes and Columbus-based Cummins, which has a large presence at Seymour. The companies plan to invest a total of $23 million in their Seymour operations. Tourism and marketing agency Explore Evansville is named its next leader. Tom White will join the organization March 3rd as president and CEO. He comes from Visit Mobile, Alabama. This is Gary Dick for 93 WIBC.
All right, Gary, coming down from Lebanon, Boone County, looking good so far on southbound 65 from State Road 32. If that is your desire, everything to the dog leg, no problems here. Southbound 65 down from Boone County. If coming down from State Road 47 to 465 on the west side, that's 19 minutes with no delays here at the moment, so it looks good. On the east side, northbound 465 wide open from 70 up to I-69 through the Clear Path construction project. No issues there. Traffic sponsored by Drexel Interiors. Go where the pros go. Drexel Interiors for 1951 cabinetry. Visit Drexel's Kitchen and Bath Design Centers at 146th and River Road, North Shadeland, or online at drexelin.com. I'm Matt Bear on the 5s at WIBC Traffic.
Sorry. In the American Standard Heating Weather Center, the time is 6:36. We check on sports, and that is Ryan Hedrick.
Tony, good morning. IU just took down number 11 Michigan State this week on the road, and now they're back at home to play UCLA tonight. Head coach Mike Woodson, who will be gone after the season ends, knows that the Bruins will present plenty of challenges.
We got to look ahead, man, and try to figure out this next game. UCLA is next. They're playing tremendous basketball. And, we're playing them in our gym, on our floor. We just got to come out and put a 40-minute ball game together.
And you can catch IU basketball right here on 93 WIBC starting at 7 with the pregame show. 7th-ranked Purdue will take on number 16 Wisconsin at home tomorrow afternoon at 1 o'clock. And race car driver Helio Castroneves crashed in the NASCAR Daytona duel on Thursday, but he'll still race in Sunday's Daytona 500 because he has a provisional spot. Sports brought to you by Ball State Athletics. I'm Ryan Hedrick on the level, on the go, and at WIBC.com.
Go where the pros go. Drexel Interiors for 1951 cabinetry. Visit Drexel's Kitchen and Bath Design Centers at 146th and River Road, North Shadeland, or drexelin.com.
The story of how Indianapolis is now going to change how it does snow removal is the most joyous story out there. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Good morning. I say this as a matter of a tease. I'm going to get to it at the top of the next hour. I promise you. It's just so terrific. So terrific. And if you missed the Attorney General, Todd Rokita, on with Hammer and Nigel yesterday, saying, did Todd Rokita, we have just sent letters to IPS and IMPD advising them to discontinue policies and practices that limit their ability to cooperate with federal immigration authorities or else face legal action. We've been asking this question of IMPD for 2 weeks. More. They won't get back to us. They gave us a nonsense answer. Chief Bailey, a nonsense answer. It was actually rather insulting that you thought you could talk to us that way. I didn't say we'd like the answer, but what you gave us was not an answer. What you gave us was Eric Holcomb-esque lip service. We asked, now that the executive order has been signed by Governor Mike Braun, if asked to assist in an immigration sweep, will you? And you wrote back, we haven't been asked. It's not my question. You know that. That is garbage sophistry. That's garbage. That is an Eric Holcomb kind of answer. And I would hope you're better than the former governor. If asked, Chief Bailey, will the Indianapolis Metropolitan Police Department assist in an immigration sweep or any immigration effort by federal law enforcement? Yes or no? that question can't get answered, that says a lot about you. That says a lot about the department. And I don't know why. If it's no, tell us why. If it's yes, okay. Now you've got the Attorney General involved. We want an answer to our question. And we aren't interested in some staffer sending a nonsense response that makes you look terrible, disconnected, unwilling, not actually in favor of law enforcement. You see, an answer, well, that would be an answer. A non-answer tells Hoosiers that you don't think you have to answer the question. You don't think that question matters. You don't care about the question. When a lot of people do, because, well, it's about whether or not we follow the law, whether or not we believe in the rule of law. So we appreciate the answer. We expect an answer. Today is a good day for it. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Good morning.
The pothole. Formed in colder months, tiny fissures are born, and in no time at all, they grow into big, gigantic tire killers. That's why you need Matt Baird Traffic.
Watch out on Keystone Avenue.
He'll guide you around these hidden monsters.
Yeah, might as well call it a basement.
And on to safer ground.
You don't want to be in the far left lane.
Mornings and afternoons on 93 WIBC.
It's Hammer and Nigel for Window Nation. February is a short month, and if you haven't looked at your calendar yet, it ends on February 28th, which, coincidentally, is the last day that you can save 60% off all window styles from Window Nation. Plus, you can get 0 interest with no payments for 2 years. But now only through the end of February. That's less than 28 days to save big on some of the best windows you could buy. Less than 28 days to get windows that will protect your home and family for decades. Less than 28 days to get a quote on the windows that are going to stop the drafts and leaks and save you money on utility bills every month.
This February, you could miss Groundhog's Day and maybe even Valentine's Day. But do not miss your chance to save 60% off all windows and pay nothing for 2 years only from Window Nation. Schedule that free in-home consultation right now by calling 866-90-NATION or visiting windownation.com.
Hi, I'm Charlie Comer from Comer & Cross Premium Garage Floor Coatings. If your garage floor looks bad with stains, cracks, and pits, it makes your entire garage look bad. And a bad epoxy job or chipping paint makes your garage or basement look worse. With one quick call to 1-800-NEW-FLOOR, I can save you $1,000 on a new Comer & Cross garage floor or basement floor during our winter sale. A Comer & Cross concrete floor coating is the gold standard. Guaranteed. A Comer & Cross garage floor won't chip, crack, or show tire lift like epoxy or paint ever. What's the Comer & Cross difference? We make it so easy. We move your stuff out for you. We fix the cracks and pits perfectly. And one day, you will love your gleaming new Comer & Cross garage floor or basement floor just in time for spring. Call us right now for $1,000 in savings during our winter sale. Operators are standing by now at 1-800-NEW-FLOOR. That's 1-800-NEW-FLOOR. Or go to COMERcross.com.
This Valentine's Day, the perfect gift is at PA Jewelers inside Premier Arms in Brownsburg. You're going to find that one-of-a-kind piece without breaking the bank. Unique vintage pieces of jewelry dating back to the 1800s. One-of-a-kind pieces from local jewelers. And they also have those wow factor diamonds if you're looking to make this Valentine's Day something special. A big jewelry selection without the big jewelry price. It's more than a kiss. 3754 South Green Street in Brownsburg. 317-858-3030 online at premierarms.com.
This is a story of the one. As a maintenance specialist for university housing, he knows college students can major in wear and tear. Plus, housing so many students doesn't leave a lot of room to house all the supplies he needs. That's where Grainger comes in. With over 1 million industrial-grade products and fast, dependable delivery, Grainger carries the quality products he needs so he doesn't have to. From a new door hinge to a whole new faucet. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Kendall and Casey.
I'm a young, up-and-coming professional. We are people who want to work. We want to engage. We don't want to be freeloaders. And yet, it makes it very hard for young people to actually do that.
Kendall and Casey, 9 till noon on 93 WIBC.
When was the last time you practiced your home fire escape plan? Be sure everyone in your family knows what to do if there's a fire. Get out, stay out. It's your fire safe response.
Traffic on the 5s. Matt Bear in the WIBC Traffic Center. What are you doing?
Looking to westbound 70 coming in from Hancock County, and it looks good from State Road 9 Greenfield on into 465. On the east side, that's going to be 13 minutes without a delay. Looking at 465, everything good on the east side, west side, no problems into that 74 interchange or to I-70 heading towards the airport, running up to speed. Traffic sponsored by Drexel Interiors. Go where the pros go. Drexel Interiors for 1951 cabinetry. Visit Drexel's Kitchen and Bath Design Centers at 146th and River Road, North Shadeland, or online at drexelin.com. I'm Matt Bear with traffic on the 5s. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
11 degrees in the American Standard Heating Weather Center at the time at 6:45. Valentine's Day. If I could, I would just make out with each and every one of you. It would be good. It would be good. My lips are very supple. Is that too much? Is that too much? Producer Kylan in for producer Carl today. Was that too much exposition right there?
I can't lie. I did a little gag, but it was kind of cringy.
I wasn't talking about you, Kylan. I was talking about people who are respectful.
Lips.
That's what I was talking about, Kylan. I was talking about people who are respectful, not you. Not you.
And not you.
Right? You terrible, hateful. By the way, catch Kylan on First Day with Terry Stacy and Denny Smith every Sunday morning, except for this Sunday morning as a protest to her despicable way that she thought of my sweet, sweet, supple lips.
I'll be sure to pass that along. Maybe I'll give you a little tribute. I'll put together a mashup of all of the lovely words that you've said to celebrate Valentine's Day weekend.
Honestly, I don't need your pity. I'm like one of those ads on Facebook Marketplace. Don't try and lowball me. I know what I've got. Marketplace, by the way, at 7:35. Tune in for that. If I can help this Valentine's Day, if I can answer a question, help you think of a gift idea, I'm here for you. We can do this. 317-239-9393. 317-239-9393. Call in. Email Tony at TonyKatz.com. On the Twittix at TonyKatz. By the way, at 8:15, Carmel Mayor Sue Finkam calling in. I put out the call. Hey, mayors, you want to talk about property taxes? You want to explain this? I'm all in. I'm all ears. So Finkam reached out. We're going to talk property taxes. We're going to talk about where there can be cuts. Why should there be cuts, or why shouldn't there be? And then the ever-popular, why do we have property taxes to begin with? That's at 8:15. Mayor Sue Finkam will be with us. For the first time in 20 years, the question asked in the polling of, is America on the right track or the wrong track? For the first time in 20 years, America is on the right track. It was a 20-year daily trend, as per Rasmussen reports, over 47% right track, 46% wrong direction. This is why you see Democrats talking about reparations. This is why you hear Democrats screaming about constitutional crisis. This is why Indiana Democrats don't talk policy. They troll on Twitter and then get angry when you notice what trolls they are. They cannot allow themselves to be honest. We started seeing this in the days after the election when we saw that MSNBC was not going to learn anything. They were going to continue down this line of complete and total crazy. Then we saw it from the elected officials. They're not going to learn anything. They're going to say that America didn't vote for Kamala Harris because we're misogynists and bigots, They're going to claim that Trump is still a threat to democracy. They're going to dismiss the 77 million voters who voted for Donald Trump. They're going to continue to push this idea that graft and corruption and waste and bloat is somehow good, and we need these organizations after seeing the horror show that is the spending from USAID. At every single turn, Trump's acting like a dictator. Trump's acting like a thug. They've got a constitutional issue. Well, the problem is we're all racist. They can't stop. It's not that they won't. They can't. I was discussing yesterday Helen Joyce, this author, Irish journalist, who made the observation that if you were to take a look at adults and parents who are proactive in transitioning their kids, engaging in this transgender insanity, you can't get these people to stop. And she made the analogy that these are like the Japanese soldiers in World War II on the islands that dotted the Pacific who didn't know the war was over. 10 years later, they're still fighting the war. They can't stop. Even if you told them it's over, they can't stop. It is their entire identity. It is their life. It is everything about them. They cannot stop. For the progressive to stop is to admit that they were wrong, at least on something. They can't do that. They are so bought into their own ideology, their own narrative, their own horror show that they live in every single day that they can't get out. They are broken. Honestly, to another analogy, this is Buffy the Vampire Slayer. This is Buffy who would rather be in the dream world than in the real world, however that worked out. Was the entire show nothing more than a fever dream of a sick girl? If you never saw Buffy the Vampire Slayer with Sarah Michelle Gellar, it's a Joss Whedon, terrible guy. The show, really excellent. Excellent writing, excellent presentation. You laugh, I'm telling you. Solid TV. Very, very solid. And there's this whole moment where you don't know whether or not she's living in the real world or living in a world concocted in her head. The political left lives in a world concocted in their head. And they refuse out. They can't. It's not that they refuse. No, Tony, that's not it. They can't. We see it every day now. The country's on the right track according to the country, and they're still screaming no. Okay. My problem is people like that become very, very dangerous, which we need to keep an eye out for. You need to get the perfect Valentine's Day gift. I have got it for you. It is tickets to Trump and American Reset in 3 bourbons. See what I did there? See what I did there? Tickets.TonyKatz.com. We're going to take a look at Trump's first 100 days. We're going to compare that to 100 days throughout history. You're going to laugh. You're going to learn. We have got a fantastic flight of bourbon for you. Incredible food, desserts, cigars, the whole thing. It's going to be terrific. In Kokomo, April 17th, the venue at Brookstone, it's going to be terrific. Now, you have to be 21 to attend. There are absolutely no exceptions to that. Trump and American Reset in 3 bourbons. Learn how Trump's first 100 days may be the most dynamic in American history. It's going to be incredible. Cannot wait to bring it to you. Tickets.TonyKatz.com. Get your tickets. The perfect Valentine's Day gift. Get them today. Tickets.TonyKatz.com. Matt Bear has traffic.
Westbound 70 looking fantastic coming in from Greenfield to 465 on the east side, and then you have 4 minutes to the north split, and no problems there, no slowdowns as you make your way over the flyover ramp to northbound 65. Everything on the northeast side, no problems. Inbound 69. Good morning. Fisher is looking fine right now from State Road 37 to 465 in that rebuild of that 69-465 interchange. Still a construction zone. You still have speed cameras on 465, although you are still in that pre-enforcement phase where if you're License plate does get a picture taken. You only get a warning for now. I will let you know when that phases up. Traffic sponsored by Drexel Interiors. Go where the pros go. Drexel Interiors for 1951 cabinetry. Visit Drexel's Kitchen and Bath Design Centers at 146th and River Road North, Shadeland, or online at drexelin.com. I'm Matt Bear on the 5s at WIBC Traffic.
Xfinity here. How can we help?
Hi. My daughter invited her entire class to her birthday party. Can my Wi-Fi handle it?
Oh, well, at Xfinity, our latest gateways have tri-band Wi-Fi technology, letting you connect hundreds of devices at once.
No way. So if all the kids are watching stuff on their phones, well, their parents are sharing videos online.
Yep, go ahead and watch videos. They can all do their thing and party their way. No problem.
Oh, we are going to need a bigger cake.
Now through March 23rd, get Xfinity Gig Internet for $25 a month for 12 months with a 2-year contract when you add an unlimited mobile line. Plus, get free Wi-Fi equipment included for 2 years. Switch today and join the network that delivers gig speed to the most homes. Xfinity. Bring on the good stuff. Restrictions apply. Requires paperless plan auto post or bank account. Taxes and fees extra. $40 internet discount applied to mobile bill. After 12 months, internet rate increases to $65. After 24 months, regular rates apply to internet service and Wi-Fi equipment. Xfinity Mobile requires Xfinity Internet. Reduce mobile speeds after use monthly data included with your data option. Data thresholds and actual internet speeds vary.
Hey, clock's ticking away, Valentine's Day shoppers. It's Terry Stacy, and for last-minute gifts, family-owned Cynthia's Hallmark makes it really easy. Cynthia's fragrant potpourri bouquets are beautiful, and they'll last forever and make a great decor piece for any home. Lots of plush, too, and the hottest plush on the market, Jelly Cat. Cynthia's always carries the softest, most lovable plush for kids of all ages. Cynthia's Spring Marabou lounge shirts and pants, silky smooth and come in beautiful patterns. Buy a pair of lounge pants for just $19.99 and get the lounge shirt for just $4.99, plus a wide selection of Jim Deco jewelry and gifts, including the Art Heart collection. Stunning and share a beautiful sentiment, perfect for those that you love. Speaking of jewelry, Cynthia's in Greenfield carries the most popular jewelry line in the country, gorgeous E. Newton jewelry. Shop locally owned Cynthia's Hallmark for the biggest selection of Valentine's Day gifts. 116th and Allisonville Road, 96th and Lantern Road, 116th and Brook School Road, and in Greenfield.
As a mom, comforting my family is what I do best. Vicks Vapor Stick provides soothing, non-medicated Vicks vapors in an easy-to-apply stick, and it dries fast, so there's no mess. I use it to comfort myself and my family.
Thanks, Mom.
Vicks Vapo Stick, soothing comfort for the whole family. And when you need more comfort for yourself, try Vicks Vapo Shower Max for steamy Vicks vapors. Use as directed. Vapo Stick for use ages 4 and up. Vapo Shower Max use for adults only.
Cold weather brings hot savings at Tom Roush Lincoln. Select 2024 Lincoln Navigators now $12,000 off and get 0% for 72 months. How about an all-new 2024 Lincoln Nautilus now $6,000 off with rates starting at 4.9% for 60 months. So get in on those hot savings at Tom Roush Lincoln in Fishers.
Lincoln Navigator MSRP 104,825. Lincoln Nautilus MSRP 61,695. Offers good through February 28, 2025. Subject to credit approval. See dealer for complete offer details.
The deals and specials are sizzling hot. It's the Central Indiana Gun and Knife Show this Saturday and Sunday at the Madison County Fairgrounds in Alexandria. The best dealers in the region. Hundreds of tables. Just $6 for adults. Kids 12 and under get in free. Must be 18 or accompanied by an adult. Buy, sell, trade. This Saturday, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. and Sunday, 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. at the Madison County Fairgrounds in Alexandria. For more info, visit centralindianagunshows.com.
It's Chimney Solutions Indiana 10% off special going on now. Chimney sweeps and inspections included.
This is our 10th year in business. To thank all of our customers, we're offering a full 10% off all services. Don't let your fireplace and chimney be a headache. Let our team help you enjoy your fireplace this season.
Call the experts. Call Chimney Solutions Indiana at 317-757-6979 or visit chimneyindy.com. Go where the pros go. Drexel Interiors for 1951 cabinetry. Visit Drexel's Kitchen and Bath Design Centers at 146th and River Road, North Shadeland, or drexelin.com.
Life-changing discovery should never be left to chance. IU Indianapolis is Indiana's premier urban research university, home to 50 research centers and institutes, which means our students don't just study groundbreaking research, they make their very own breakthroughs from day one. We're here to make the future happen. Bring on tomorrow. IU Indianapolis. Discover what's next at go.iu.edu/breakthrough.
Coming up in a couple of minutes, police stopped a school shooting that was planned for today. There was a big drug bust in Howard County, and lots of people are in trouble. Kurt Darling has the details. Indiana's Attorney General warns Indianapolis police and Indy school leaders, and more snow is on the way. Those stories are on the way after Fox News. From the Technology Recycler Studios, you're listening to 93 WIBC, WIBC HD1, Indianapolis at 7 o'clock.
Big meetings in Munich. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News. Vice President Vance has just sat down with NATO's leader at a security conference in Germany.
We want to make sure that NATO is actually built for the future.
And they also talked about finding a way to get Russia to stop waging war. And the vice president will later meet with Ukraine's president in Munich. And Fox's Madeline Rivera reports.
Vance, in a Wall Street Journal article, shared perhaps some of the Trump administration's strongest words of support yet for Ukraine, saying the U.S. would hit Russia with sanctions and even military action if it does not agree to a peace deal with Ukraine. Earlier this week, Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth suggested the U.S. would not put troops on the ground in Ukraine.
Now, the defense secretary's in Poland now. He worked out this morning with some American troops there. And Hegseth just met with his Polish counterpart and will hold talks with Poland's president.
We want to achieve peace through strength together. Deterrence.
Hamas has just named the 3 hostages it'll release tomorrow as part of the Gaza ceasefire. American Sagi Dekelhen among them. Hamas had warned it might not set anyone free this weekend. Then Israel warned it would restart the war. President Trump wants to impose more tariffs, maybe in April. He calls them reciprocal to fix a big U.S. trade imbalance.
President Trump says to make sure taxes put on American exports are the same as goods imported into the U.S.
In other words, they charge us a tax or tariff, and we charge them the exact same tax or tariff.
Standing alongside India's Prime Minister Narendra Modi, President Trump said,
It's very hard to sell into India because they have trade barriers, very strong tariffs.
The president says he'll match those if they stay in place.
There's a new lawsuit. That's Fox's Jared Halpern at the White House. There's a new lawsuit from Democrats in 14 states challenging DOGE as unconstitutional, pushing back against Elon Musk and the new Department of Government Efficiency's push to go into federal agencies and slash spending. America's listening to Fox News.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
It could have been a different day in Mooresville. You have a clear radar over downtown Indianapolis where it's 11 degrees. Your high today, 35. I'm Ryan Hedrick. Here's what's trending at 7:02. A girl in Mooresville planned to shoot up a school today, but thankfully, police stopped her before it could happen. Jake McDaniel reports that she was inspired by another shooter.
That shooter's name was Nicholas Cruz, who shot up Parkland High School in Florida in 2018. Trinity Shockley told detectives she was his #1 fan. As authorities were searching Shockley's home, they found a collage of killers, including Cruz. The Morgan County Sheriff's Office was told Tuesday that Shockley planned on shooting up the school on Valentine's Day. She was taken to the Morgan County Jail in Martinsville, where she faces charges of conspiracy to commit murder. Jake McDaniel, 93 WIBC Mobile News.
Nicholas Cruz was the Parkland, Florida shooter who's now serving a life sentence in prison. IMPD and Indianapolis Public Schools cannot ignore federal immigration policies, says Indiana Attorney General Todd Rokita.
From what the police chief was saying, from what this IPS school system has been doing lately, it doesn't sound like they're upholding Indiana law. So I wrote them a letter and said, hey, show me how this is compliant with Indiana law, side of the law. And if they can't, if we don't come to an agreement, then we're going to be in court.
Rokita was hanging out with WIBC's Hammer and Nigel show on Thursday. This is in response to recent statements from both organizations about how it's not their job to enforce federal immigration laws. 13 people arrested in a drug bust that happened throughout Howard County recently. Here's Kurt Darling.
It was called Operation Breeze. Court documents say Kokomo detectives have been following a drug dealing operation for the last month in which they gathered evidence that the dealers were moving fentanyl, marijuana, cocaine, mushrooms, and meth. During the series of drug busts, they also found 13 guns, body armor, and $12,000 in cash. Detectives say they're still looking for 2 other people. Haley Anderson and Kylie Dixon are both charged with dealing meth. Kurt Darling, 93 WIBC Mobile News.
It's going to snow this weekend, but first, it's going to rain. Forecaster Andrew White with the National Weather Service.
As you get further north across the state, you're going to see increasing amounts. Right now, generally forecasted less than a half inch for most of central Indiana. But as you get towards the northern portions of the state, up towards Michigan, you can have snowfall amounts as much as 3 to 5 inches.
And the precipitation starts on Saturday. White says next week it's going to be really, really cold, so bundle up. If you love the outdoors, then you'll love this event. Here's Terry Stacy.
The Ford Indianapolis Boat Sport and Travel Show and the Motorcycle and Power Sports Expo opens today at the Indiana State Fairgrounds.
70 years. It's an Indiana tradition. It's been about 3 years since Twiggy's been here. It's great to have Twiggy back. And, of course, we have the dock diving dogs. Kids Day has been such a long tradition of the show. That's the second Saturday where we're giving away 500 rod and reels to the first 500 kids through the door.
Kevin Renfro says to get your tickets at indiesportshow.com. Terry Stacy, WIBC Mobile News.
IU basketball tonight against UCLA at home. Coverage right here on 93 WIBC begins at 7. I'm Ryan Hedrick on the level, on the go, and at WIBC.com at 7:05. Traffic on the 5s. Good morning, Matt Bear.
What's happening, Ryan? Looking at southbound 65 coming down from Lebanon. Good morning, Boone County. Looking at southbound 65, and right now it looks good. State Road 47 to 465, 20 minutes. No delays. And then continuing into the north split, that's going to be 12 minutes. So everything looking good right now as you make your way into the city center downtown Indianapolis. If you're coming in from westbound 70, looking good from Greenfield, Hancock County into 465 on the east side. No problems here. Traffic sponsored by Rapid Radios. Rapid Radios are instant push-to-talk walkie-talkies offering national LTE coverage for a limited time. Go to rapidradios.com now for 60% off and free UPS shipping and code radio and get an extra 5% off. I'm Matt Bear with traffic on the 5s. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
I think it's Tara Hastings, Wish TV meteorologist. Did I get it right?
Yeah, you got it right. Hello.
Hey.
Good morning.
Look at me. Kylan, I probably told me, but I was in the middle of something. So sometimes you're not there. Sometimes I have to deal with other people. You know how I feel about this. I don't.
I know. My apologies. No, but I'm here.
It took me 3 years to get used to you.
It did it?
Right, because I had Randy Ollis.
Right.
And I'm like, all right, this is just peculiar. And then so it took me a little while, but now I'm all in. Now I'm on the Tara Hastings train.
Good. Well, hop aboard. Let's go, right? It is going to be a choo-choo. It is going to be a cold start to the morning here, but we are going to look for sunny skies. We're looking for clouds to increase throughout the day today. Highs right around 33. A little bit of some light snow will be possible later on this evening. We'll see low temperatures fall to about 31, and then we'll look for overnight a bit of a wintry mix here. Could see some very light icing here overnight, and then it will quickly change over to all rain by Saturday morning, and it could be moderate to heavy rain on Saturday. Highs near 44. Then we'll see another wave push through, and that rain will change over to a few snow showers heading into Sunday with highs right around 33. And next week it is going to be cold with high temperatures only in the teens.
That's just ridiculous.
I know.
Flat out silly.
It stinks.
Have you heard anything from Wish TV about our new hit show, Tara and Tony Get You Some?
I have not heard anything yet. I have not.
We're going to need some better representation for the show. I don't know what's going on.
We do. I know.
This is just silly. Just silly, I tell you.
We got to get on this.
I know. We got to get on this. One of the segments that we do on Tara and Tony Get You Some, where it's the dating show sweeping Indianapolis. What are you laughing about?
No, I love it. Well, especially today's Valentine's Day. You know, we could be spreading the love across the city.
Do you know how many people we could be helping right now?
Exactly.
Just people would be getting some all over the place. Just helping. I mean, friendship and adoration and other things.
Yep. Absolutely.
We could help.
Mm-hmm.
Come on, Dwan. I don't know what you're doing, but it's not that important. Let's go. Right? You too, Alfred Liggins, CEO of Urban One. I don't know what you guys are waiting for. What exactly are you waiting? Alfred, you know you love me. You know it. I know it. Everybody knows it. Mm-hmm. So let's go. Let's get it done.
Let's go.
All right. You know what? I'll just put the deal together. They'll sign it. They're very busy guys.
Yes, exactly.
Absolutely.
Well, thank you.
Getting paid in Bitcoin. Tara Hastings, Wish TV meteorologist. I appreciate you. 11 degrees in the American Standard Heating Weather Center. The time is 7:09. So Indianapolis, through its illustrious mayor, Joe Hogsett, they have announced changes to the city's snow removal plans for roads. Now you're like, changes? You mean they are going to go from not plowing the streets to plowing the streets? Indianapolis has now decided to plow the streets? Well, praise the Lord. I love it. I wonder what made him decide after 10 years of being the mayor of Indianapolis, hey, you know what a good idea is? Listen, I just thought of this. Thomas Carl Cook, because I still keep you around, even though you allegedly sexually harass members of my staff. I just love you knucklehead. Listen to my plan. My plan is so great. No, I can't take that call. No, I've already screwed over the Indy 11. No, I can't take that call right now from Major League Soccer, which may or may not come, but has nothing to do with me. No, I've got a great plan about the snow. Listen to my plan. Listen to my plan. This is amazing. All right. You ready? Here's my plan. What do you say we plow it? I know. It sounds funny because I said plow it. But listen to my plan. Here's what we do. Like snow falls from the sky. Right? No. We don't do anything to pre-treat the roads. Not at all.
Hey, Mayor Joe! Mayor, we got snow coming. We need some salt on the roadways.
No, I only need salt on my fries. I love fries. I like to eat fries. If I could just eat fries all day, that's all I would do. I'd just like shake the salt on it. And when you shake it, it looks like snow. Oh, snow! That's what I was talking about. Okay, all right. Listen to my plan. This is a genius. This is why they elected me mayor. That, and I'm going to save abortion for them. We're gonna, when the snow falls, we're going to plow it now. This is my awesome plan. We're now going to plow the snow. Oh, isn't that a great idea? That's so great. Oh my gosh. I am so okay. I'm going to take a nap. I'm going to take a nap now. That's all I'm going to do. Just I'm going to take a little bit of my nap juice. Gloop, 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 and now I'm going to take a nap. All right. Good work. See you next year. That's what I'll come up with, another genius idea. Nappy nap time. That's it. And that is your mayor. To now adopt a 4-inch standard for plowing residential streets for the rest of the season. They didn't plow the snow because that might be dangerous or something. That was the answer from Zach Adamson, who was terrible as a city county councilor and now seemingly terrible as the liaison for the Department of Public Works. My gosh, we got some real hiring issues in this city. But now they're gonna plow your streets, Indy. Now, because people spoke up and said this is terrible, and they didn't listen to all those progressives in Indy who are like, stop complaining so much. City can't even plow a street. This is their new development. No. Keep voting for Democrats. When they're not plowing the streets, they're okay with their staffers doing their own kind of plowing, whether the ladies like it or not. My gosh, Tony, that's so crude. Yes, that was the point. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Good morning.
Has the holiday season left you overwhelmed, stressed out, and overweight? Do you feel frustrated when you think about what you need to do to be healthy and feel better? You deserve a simple approach to a stronger, healthier, and more enjoyable life. Exercise Inc. has been helping people in Central Indiana reach their health and fitness goals for 20 years. The approach is simple. Strength train with a certified coach once a week for 20 minutes. Adopt the 9 simple habits you need to follow to change your health and lose weight. Then get out there and enjoy life because you'll be stronger and have more energy and you're going to feel better and you'll lose weight and you'll probably even look better too. And you may even be able to get off of some of those prescription medications. Exercise Inc., Avon, Brownsburg, Greenwood, Zionsville, and now in Fishers. The studios are private, no mirrors, no music, and no spandex. Just you and a professional coach working to reach your goals for the new year. Go to exerciseinc.com today to sign up for a free consultation.
Traffic on the 5s and Matt Bear, what are you doing?
Looking at westbound 70. Going down to the airport right now. It looks good. South Split, downtown, out to the airport collector with Ronald Reagan Parkway and Ameriplex. Everything looks great there. On inbound 69 coming down from Fishers, I don't see any problems here from State Road 37 to 465. Not even a slowdown at the moment. Continuing on the Benford Boulevard, inbound towards the city center, and we're talking about 13 minutes right now, making your way into Meridian Street. Traffic sponsored by Rapid Radios. Rapid Radios are instant push-to-talk walkie-talkies offering national LTE coverage. For a limited time, go to rapidradios.com now for 60% off and free UPS shipping. Add code radio and get an extra 5% off. I'm Matt Bear with traffic on the 5s. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
11 degrees in the American Standard Heating Weather Center. The time is 7:16.
It's like being trapped in a cage. And I know that sounds dramatic, but your breathing triangle problem has got you trapped. And once you're freed, you're going to be able to live the life that you're missing out on. Now, this can simply mean experiencing the true pleasure of breathing freely. It will mean better sleep and more energy. And the worry of this problem any more affecting your life is going to be gone. Because in almost every case, when Advent has solved a breathing triangle problem, it's a one and done. Because we're not in the business of delivering Band-Aids. We want to fix your nasal breathing problem for good. We don't want you to be a lifelong patient. We want you to be our next success story.
Isn't it time you break free from that cage? Take the next step. Go to adventknows.com to schedule your appointment because Advent knows when you breathe well, you live better.
Breathe well with simple solutions. AdventKnows.com.
Results may vary. Most insurance accepted.
Texting privacy policy and terms and conditions posted at textplan.us. Texting enrolls for recurring automated text marketing messages. Message and data rates may apply. Reply stop, opt out. Consult a doctor prior to use.
Wow, you look amazing. What have you been doing?
I'm sure you've heard of Ozempic, Wegovy, and the other GLP-1 medications, right? Well, I found this great company called Zelfie. If you qualify, their providers can prescribe medications like Ozempic and Wegovy and other GLP-1 medications that are 80 to 90% less expensive, all 100% online.
I can get GLP-1 medications for 80 to 90% less and do it all online? No doctor's office or pharmacy?
Yes, Zelfie can provide semaglutide or tirzepatide, the active ingredients in Ozempic and other expensive GLP-1s, but for 80 to 90% less and shipped directly to your door.
How do I get started with Zelfie?
Just send them a text.
Text CARE to 200-300 to get started today with Zelfie. Get the same active ingredients in Wegovy or Ozempic, but for 80 to 90% less and 100% online. Don't wait. Text CARE to 200-300 right now for a link to your exclusive offer. Text CARE to 200-300. That's CARE to 200-300. CARE to 200-300.
Are you ready to build your custom dream home? Joyner Homes is ready to make your dream come true. Over 18 years, Joyner Homes, based out of Greenfield, have built hundreds of homes in Central Indiana, and the best place to start is JoynerHomes.com. That's where you'll find pricing, photos of completed Joyner homes to inspire you, available home sites, and info on where you can visit their model homes and a lot more. Be sure to check out Joyner Homes' 5-star Google reviews. Get started today at JoynerHomes.com.
As a mom, comforting my family is what I do best. Vicks Vapor Stick provides soothing, non-medicated Vicks vapors in an easy-to-apply stick, and it dries fast, so there's no mess. I use it to comfort myself and my family.
Thanks, Mom.
Vicks VapoStick, soothing comfort for the whole family. And when you need more comfort for yourself, try Vicks Vapo Shower Max for steamy Vicks vapors. Use as directed. VapoStick for use ages 4 and up. Vapo Shower Max use for adults only.
Two in love can make it. Take my heart and please don't break it. Love was made for me and you.
It is Valentine's Day, and we want to help. How can we here at Tony Katz in the Morning News help you this Valentine's Day? Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Good morning. Great to be with you. I'm here. You've got Matt Baer. He's in the WIBC Traffic Center. You've got producer Kylan behind the board. You got Ryan Hedrick and Kurt Darling in the WIBC newsroom. How can we help you this Valentine's Day? You got the phone number, 317-239-9393. So ask your Valentine's question. Yeah, you need a gift idea, whatever it is you need. We're here to help. We can make this the greatest Valentine's Day ever. Ever. We know the gift ideas. We know what to say. All of it. We're here to help. Ron DeSantis seems to know what to say about property taxes, which is, of course, the big conversation in Indiana. Ron DeSantis putting out on the Twittix, when somebody asked him, we really need to abolish property taxes here in Florida. What do we need to do to make this happen? DeSantis responds, the property taxes are local, not state. So we need to do a constitutional amendment which requires 60% of voters to approve to eliminate them, which I would support, or even to reform or lower them. We should put the boldest amendment on the ballot that has a chance of getting that 60%. I agree that taxing land and property is the more oppressive and ineffective form of taxation. Very interesting. And that may or may not apply in terms of amendments to the state of Indiana. But I thought it was interesting that he wrote, we should put the boldest amendment on the ballot that has a chance of getting that 60%. That is the correct approach. You may not get everything you want, but what is the way to get the most of what you want? A recognition that you're not going to get it all. And this all or nothing idea flies in the face of incrementalism that gets you to the place you want to be. So take the incrementalism, you lunatics. Take it. Mayor Sue Finkam of Carmel joins us in the next hour to discuss property taxes, her testimony regarding SB 1, and what may come next. I put the offer out there to every mayor in Indiana. Come on. Talk to us about this. Where do you stand? What do you want to tell residents? Does it have to be property taxes? Do we believe in property taxes? We're going to have that conversation with Mayor Sue Finkam of Carmel at 8:15. We'll have it with your mayor as well. Just tell them, hey, we want to talk, and reach out, and we will make that happen. Happy to have that conversation. Excuse me, got a little choked up there. The popcorn moment. Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. It's a story you need to hear to believe. Then grab your popcorn, because there is more. Now, I put forth to you that I didn't want Robert F. Kennedy Jr. being in charge of Health and Human Services. I didn't want him because of his past politics. Sometimes you lose. He's now the Secretary of Health and Human Services. He goes on Fox News yesterday after being confirmed.
We need to know what the risk profile is for these products.
Do you think the COVID vaccine was safe and the boosters were safe? I mean, a lot of people talk about adverse effects.
We don't have good data on it, and that is a crime. The fact that we don't have a surveillance system that actually works. In 2010, CDC has a surveillance system called the Vaccine Adverse Event Reporting System. And it's supposed to pick up injuries. But CDC did a study of that system in 2010. And that study said, and this is a published study by CDC, that it captures less than 1% of the vaccine injuries. That's inexcusable. Congress has repeatedly, and the Institute of Medicine, the National Academy of Sciences, have repeatedly ordered CDC to put together a better vaccine.
Will you require it?
And we will do that right away.
There's rumors.
Well, it doesn't matter if you
as
place an order that isn't followed. But what RFK is discussing here is the VAERS system, VARES. And if we go back to our coverage of COVID, I never utilized the VAERS data. I absolutely didn't believe it. We never, ever utilized the VAERS system. Didn't believe those numbers. So it's not enough to say we're going to do this. You got to actually do it. But as for the health of America,
does RFK possess? You know the answer. None of them.
I mean, at the top, he just gave away the ghost, referencing, you didn't work for the pharmaceutical companies. How dare you? So he said the quiet part out loud there.
The qualifications that Senator Schumer is talking about there are the very qualifications that got us to where we are today. These are the people who got us to be the sickest country in the world. We are 4.2% of the world's population. We buy 70% of the pharmaceutical drugs on Earth. We spend 2 to 3 times what other countries pay for health care, and we have the worst health outcomes. We literally have the sickest population in the world. Those are the people that got us there. We do need a break. We need somebody different who can come in and say, I'm going to be a disruptor. I'm not going to let the food industry and the pharmaceutical industry run health policy anymore. We're going to turn health policy over to people who are actually concerned with public health.
Are all drug company grants going to be done away with anyone on an advisory board or anyone who's connected to the federal government?
The panelists in HHS, in FDA, CDC, and NIH, there are panels that are made up of outside individuals, outside experts who come in and set policies. They set, for example, the food triangle, the food pyramid, the nutrition guidelines, the vaccine guidelines, the medical standards of care. In the past, those people, almost all of them, have severe conflicts of interest. Oh, and that's not good for our country. And we've seen what's happened. You have Fruit Loops at the top of the food pyramid.
What's the top 3 additives that?
I do like Fruit Loops. But this is where people like him. And I do want to see him succeed in this place about a healthy America and healthy kids. I can't shake his politics, and I'm concerned. I'll be keeping an eye. But on that, I only hope we're all very successful. Matt Bear has traffic on the 5s. What's up, Matthew?
All right, Tony. Northwest side crash, 71st Street at Zionsville. The interstates are looking that's 71st Street of Zionsville Road. Everything on the interstate's looking good right now. Carmel has a good 31. Carmel has a good Keystone Parkway right now. Happy to tell you. Traffic sponsored by Drexel Interiors. Go where the pros go. Drexel Interiors for 1951 cabinetry. Visit Drexel's Kitchen and Bath Design Centers at 146th and River Road, North at Shadeland, or online at drexelin.com. I'm Matt Bear on the 5s at WIBC Traffic.
You've got a lot of talk about the economic uncertainty out there, rising interest rates, or certainly not being cut. Makes you wonder if now is the right time to sell your home. Are you going to get the price that you need? Is it going to take too long? There is a friendly, no-pressure, experienced agent who eats and sleeps Indianapolis real estate who can help you figure this out. You are not on your own. Talk to Mark Dietl today. Perhaps you're concerned about repairs, right? You have to fix this, upgrade this in order to get your house sold. Mark Dietl is the real estate expert, trusted and recommended with the sale of your home. Mark Dietl guarantees your home sold at a mutually agreed upon price and deadline, or he will buy it. Just pick your move date. No long-term contracts. You can cancel at any time. Katie and Chris worked with Mark Dietl in Perry Township, and they said, sadly, our marriage was ending, and we were both ready to sell the home and move forward ASAP. Mark Dietl made it happen fast and easy. Our home sold for more than we anticipated in 24 hours with 17 showings and multiple offers. Call the local Indianapolis agent, trusted and recommended. The agent who guarantees your home sold or he'll buy it. Good guy. You're going to enjoy talking to Mark Dietl and his team. Call Mark Dietel today, 317-755-4232. Get all the details or go online to markdietel.com. That's Mark Dietel, D-I-E-T-E-L, markdietel.com.
It's Beer Sample Friday on the Hammer and Nigel Show. We're going to have a good time, but we're also going to get you up to date with the biggest stories in Indy. It's a Valentine's spectacular. Join us.
Whether you're preparing for retirement, navigating a life transition, or simply wondering if you're on the right path, Howard Bailey Financial is here to help. Together, we'll work on a personalized plan designed to bring greater clarity to your goals and help you approach decisions with confidence. It's not just about numbers, it's about the life you want to lead and the legacy you want to leave behind. With over 20 years of experience, Howard Bailey Financial has been dedicated to guiding individuals as they work toward taking control of their financial future and finding peace of mind. Text PATH to 888-262-1104 to download a free retirement toolkit and start planning for the retirement you've dreamed of. Howard Bailey Financial, helping you turn hope into a plan and dreams into reality. Howard Bailey Securities, LLC is an independent financial services firm and uses a variety of different investment strategies. Please see disclosures at howardbailey.com.
Blood, sweat, tears. At Bill Estes, we know it takes hard work and years of doing the right thing to build a business people can depend on. That's why we don't make empty promises and expect your trust. Estes earns it. From Ford F-150s and Toyota Tacomas to Ram 1500s and Chevy Silverados, we have the trucks you'll love at prices you can believe in. But don't just take our word for it. Your trust means something. Estes earns it. BillEstes.com.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
Suing because the cash has stopped. You have a clear radar in downtown Indianapolis where it's 11 degrees. Your high today, 38. I'm Ryan Hedrick. Here's what's trending at 7:31. The Department of Government Efficiency, or DOGE, is facing a court battle over its dismantling of USAID.
The federal judge is ordering the Trump administration to temporarily lift its 3-week funding freeze on USAID's foreign aid program, saying that Trump officials failed to explain why a blanket suspension of foreign aid is necessary before the programs are reviewed by DOGE. And in another court, a judge's order to block Trump's plan to put USAID workers on leave was extended by another week. The judge saying he needs time to consider motions in that case and that he was concerned about the safety of USAID workers put on leave abroad.
That's Fox's Chanley Painter reporting. Meanwhile, Secretary of Defense Pete Hegseth is in Warsaw, Poland, talking about how the USA and Poland can ally in their key goals for peace through strength.
We are open and look forward to further solidifying how we can work together on as it pertains to our defense industrial bases. We want to achieve peace through strength together. Deterrence.
President Trump is pushing European nations to boost defense spending, claiming the U.S. military is shouldering too much of the cost. A student in Morrisville arrested after the FBI foiled her plan to shoot up her high school this morning. Morrisville Police Chief Kerry Buckner says Trinity Shockley was obsessed with school shooters from the past.
She had a fixation with school shooters or mass shooters. She had a lot of their pictures on their walls.
And he says she planned to pay homage to Nicholas Cruz today. Cruz shot 14 students and 3 staff on Valentine's Day 2018 at Parkland High School in Florida. By now, you're probably aware that members of the Trump administration have been encouraging officers nationwide to enforce federal immigration policies. Sasha Nixon has that story.
Senator Jim Banks believes that community participation is key to removing dangerous criminals from the country.
This is a collaborative approach, ICE at the federal level, state law enforcement, and then at the local level.
Other leaders like IMPD Chief Chris Bailey believe adding another task to officers' plates will create more problems than solutions. But Banks says choosing not to enforce federal policies means
that's forecasting that you will become a sanctuary city.
Speaking with WIBC's Hammer and Nigel Thursday, Sasha Nixon, 93, WIBC Mobile News.
You probably know that Valentine's Day is expensive, and if you want a piece of chocolate, get ready to pay more. The cost of chocolate is up 20% this year because of a nationwide or worldwide cocoa shortage, and TikTok is back. The social media app returned to Apple and Google App Stores last night after being removed almost a month ago in response to a national security law that went into effect. Sports on WIBC is brought to you by Ball State Athletics. Visit ballstatesports.com. IU will play host to UCLA tonight after knocking off number 11 Michigan State on the road this week. Forward Malik Renew says the team knows that this is Mike Woodson's final season.
Everybody know what the situation is now, so we're just coming together and trying to play as hard as we can every time we step on the court, no matter if we're home or away. So that's what we're trying to do.
IU's winning or losing streak ended at 5 this week with the win. UCLA has won 7 of 8. Tip-off at 8 o'clock tonight. Coverage starts at 7 right here on 93 WIBC. 7th-ranked Purdue takes on number 16 Wisconsin at home tomorrow at 1 o'clock. And Elio Castroneves crashed in the NASCAR Daytona duel on Thursday, but he's still on pace for Sunday's Daytona 500 with a provisional spot.
I was having a good time. But the good news is, hopefully the guy's going to be able to fix the car. But I learned so much.
And Castroneves will drive in the Daytona 500, but he won't receive any prize money for the race for taking that provisional spot. I'm Ryan Hedrick on the level on the go and at WIBC.com. At 7:35, traffic on the 5s. How the roads looking, Matt Bear?
Pretty good, Ryan. We look at westbound 70 coming out of the south split. That is a stall on the right shoulder. Also a crash on the northwest side. This is West 71st Street at Zionsville Road. Traffic sponsored by Drexel Interiors. Go where the pros go. Drexel Interiors. For 1951 cabinetry, visit Drexel's Kitchen and Bath Design Centers at 146th and River Road, North Shadeland, or online at drexelin.com. I'm Matt Bear with traffic on the 5s. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
10 stupid degrees in the American Standard Heating Weather Center. The time is 7:36.
Discussing end-of-life matters can be uncomfortable, but it's also necessary to ensure that loved ones' wishes are well known ahead of time. This is Tina McIntosh, president of Joy's House and co-host of the Caregiver Crossing radio program. Up next, I'll share suggestions to help ease anxiety surrounding the talk.
Cardon and Associates offers the finest senior living options tailored to your loved one's needs. Reservations are now being accepted for new apartments at Copper Trace in Westfield. Visit cardon.com.
Direct, open, and honest conversation is the best way to discuss end-of-life wishes. Knowing your loved one's preferred treatments and desired arrangements will ready everyone for when the time comes. Also helpful, creating a will or trust to ensure assets are distributed accordingly. And consider an end-of-life doula to assist your family during the process. More tips like this are available anytime at caregivercrossingradio.org. With new weekly content created by Joy's House and distributed in partnership with Network Indiana, we're an on-air and online support group for Hoosier family caregivers. Hear conversations with experts, access the library of online education, and more at caregivercrossingradio.org.
Go where the pros go. Drexel Interiors. For 1951 cabinetry, visit Drexel's Kitchen and Bath Design Centers at 146th and River Road, North Shadeland, or drexelin.com.
Inside Indiana Business Radio, the news you need to get ahead. Indiana's business news leader, weekdays at 6:32 a.m. and 5:56 p.m. on WIBC.
Whenever I'm out a-wandering, chasing a rainbow dream, I often stop and think about a place I've never seen.
Today on the marketplace, Yabba Dabba Doo, which is exactly what you would say on Valentine's Day. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Good morning. During downtime, I'm clearing my head. I'm getting ready for what's next on the show. I find myself scrolling through Facebook Marketplace. Love capitalism, as you know, because capitalism is good and people who don't like capitalism suck. And there's cool stuff, interesting stuff, weird stuff, odd stuff. I've bought stuff. I've sold stuff. Facebook Marketplace, it's super, super groovy. And I come across things and I bring them to you. Now, I must say, this Valentine's Day, I want people shopping local. I want people buying from local business. I want people buying this Valentine's Day, Matt Bear, from our sponsors here at WIBC.
Yes.
right? I want them heading over to PA Jewelers in Brownsburg and seeing Bryce and Jolie, Brendan and the entire gang and checking out the jewelry. And by the way, they're opening up a whole new jewelry store. It's very cool. And getting what they need right today. You can do it today. Walk in today, tell them Tony Katz sent you, and say, I want the Matt Bear special.
Yes.
Now, Matt, between you and me, there is no Matt Bear special, but it'll make people feel really good. So tell them you want the Matt Bear special.
Absolutely. A little zirconium on that ring finger.
Don't, how dare you?
I'm just saying, it was an idea. Okay.
There is no CZ in the TK world. That is not how it works.
No, everybody knows that. That's the T-shirt.
That is, thank you. Thank you very much. So listen, we have got great sponsors at WIBC of this show, of all the shows. Go and shop the sponsors this Valentine's Day. And people have been writing in. And calling in. They've been asking if we would do Valentine's Day shout outs. Christina wants to say happy Valentine's Day to her husband, John. They drive a semi, and Mark called and said, hey, if you could, spoke to Kylan, producer Kylan, and said, hey, if you could do me a favor and tell my wife Ellen happy Valentine's Day, that would be really great. So Mark called in and was like, could you do this? Could you tell Ellen happy Valentine's Day? And Mark, the answer is no. You tell her your damn self. What am I, your messaging service? That's not how it works. You be a grown man and you get yourself, your wife, a fine gift from PA Jewelers. That's what Ellen wants. She told me. She said, Tony, he's always like, happy Valentine's Day. I love you. And she's like, that's really sweet. But would a diamond kill him? That's what she said. So get up off your ass and get over and get some good stuff for your wife. Thank you. I have no idea that's going to help or not. I don't know. I don't know. I'm just trying to help our sponsors. But everybody's wishing everybody a very happy Valentine's Day. And remember, you don't have to get, crazy gifts to show you love. That's not it. But if you want to get a good gift, here is a framed poster of Fred Flintstone with a yellow flag screaming yabba dabba doo. Have you seen this, Matt Bear?
I'm looking at it right now. Yes,
it's on the marketplace. It's Fred, and then in the background there's Barney, and there's Dino, and there's Betty, and there's Wilma, and they're all holding these yellow flags. I don't know why. I don't know, some kind of weird surrender. And it's a 1979 Flintstones Hanna-Barbera Yabba Dabba Doo poster with frame.
Well, they're waving the yellow flags because it's 100 days to the Indianapolis 500. And,
is that what's going on?
Yeah, and so they all have the caution flag out. This is a...
warning!
This is something that's... it's perfect for race season. I mean, because if I brought this gift to my Valentine, she would hit me over the head with it and say, is this a Valentine's Day? I'd rather go to PA Jewelers, and that's kind of the thing. But...
hold on.
Yeah.
Are you giving somebody a gift for Valentine's Day?
No, not this. No, absolutely not.
No, I didn't mean that. First of all, this is a fine gift. Nothing says Valentine's Day like a Fred Flintstone Yabba Dabba Doo poster.
He's not even dressed.
Please, that's the best they could do. He's wearing a tie.
He's wearing his little tunic or whatever that is.
Tunic.
That barely covers his...
Tourniquet or tunic?
Well, no,
pick one.
no, it's not like he was bitten by an animal or Dino or anything. You know, it's just kind of jumping up. But I'm just saying, I don't think that this would say "I love you, honey."
So what is the gift that you got that says "I love you, honey"?
I didn't get a gift like that this year, Tony. It's just kind of Valentine's Day with friends, and that's kind of the way that goes. What do you look at? I don't celebrate Valentine's Day. It's just not my thing right now. It could be my thing at a later date, but I'd go to PA Jewelers, man. That's what I'd do.
Right. Mm-hmm. Right. There's a whole bunch of places that you can go. We've got a lot of sponsors at WIBC.com. I was just curious that, you were going to go to the home show with a certain someone.
You know what I would do, honestly? If I wanted to do something for Valentine's Day, I would take her up to see Guy Relford, and we would shoot guns. That's what I would do. We would go to the gun guy range.
I don't know if he has his own range, but what you would do is...
he teaches you to shoot guns. He teaches you to use them. It's great. That's exactly.
You would take your lady friend to go shooting for Valentine's Day.
Absolutely. Why not? I think that's an...
Yes! Yes!
Mm-hmm.
Yes!
I think she approves.
Baby, all that. Yeah. It's... I would say it's the gift of protection, which is the gift of love.
Who is your daddy?
What? Something I said?
No. No, you're not making this awkward as possible. You're not doing that.
Yeah, well, that's just like your opinion, man.
So. I honestly, Kylan, let's go to you. Valentine's Day and your man friend is like, I'm taking you shooting. How do you feel?
Well, can I just say real quick, I'm happy you're getting all of this out on Matt Bear instead of your kids in the future.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
I'm just going to leave it at that.
What? What? I wouldn't talk to my kids like this? I don't know. I'm not sure what you're saying here.
Would you talk to your kids like this?
How do you think I talk to my kids?
I have no idea.
If you talk to your kids like you talk to me, I'm going to be deeply offended.
I don't change the way I talk for anybody. Wow, Kylan. Here's my impression of Kylan.
I hate old white men.
Just wow.
Tony, I didn't call you old.
So I was asking if being taken to a gun range is acceptable for Valentine's Day.
So for me, I'll be straight with you. I have never shot a gun in my life, and that is something that Guy Relford and I have even talked about. We're like, all right, I'm just gonna have to go over and take one of his lessons and get it set up. So it's not for me yet. There you go. Yet.
See?
So somebody could be offering you a first-time experience.
Oh, there we go. First time
Really?
experience.
We're going to let that one go?
Phrase it. Yeah. Trained to shoot guns at Machu Picchu, and you could just knock off a bunch of things off the bucket list.
Oh, real first-time experiences. I like it. Well, so the Abba Dabba Doo poster is there. PA Jewelers is there at Premier Arms in Brownsburg. We've got a lot of great sponsors. Go visit them this Valentine's Day, and I'll deal with Kylan later. Right now, it's traffic on the 5s. Matt, what's going on?
Looking at westbound 70 downtown. That is a disabled semi on the right shoulder. Thank you for the tip on that. Northwest side crash, 71st Street at Zionsville Road. At inbound 69 slows from 96th Street to 82nd Street. Traffic sponsored. Traffic sponsored by Drexel Interiors. Go where the pros go. Drexel Interiors for 1951 cabinetry. Visit Drexel's Kitchen and Bath Design Centers at 146th and River Road, North Shadeland, or online at drexelin.com. I'm Matt Bear with traffic on the 5s. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
11 degrees in the American Standard Heating Weather Center. The time is 7:46.
Things are happening fast.
Tariffs, ICE raid.
Shrink the size of the federal government.
USAID is really corrupt.
Doge is using a meat axe.
Uncovering things that are going to get what they voted for.
Follow the first 100 days.
Industries to come back to America.
The president is committed in securing a lasting peace.
The U.S. will take over the Gaza Strip.
Robert Kennedy Jr. confirmation is confirmed.
Stay in the know.
I'm Ryan Hedrick. Sean Harris.
While you're on the go.
Matt Bear with traffic on the 5.
With 93 WIBC.
Love is in the air. The love of money, your financial security. I mean, what's more romantic than saying, honey, happy Valentine's Day, let's retire. Yeah. Matt Bear here. Hey, Trajan Wealth is your financial team with wealth management plans designed to help protect, maintain, and expand your financial portfolio. Call today at 317-480-4040 and schedule your first appointment. It's free. Or visit TrajanWealth.com. Trajan Wealth understands the importance of tailored insights in providing you with a customized financial portfolio that prepares you for the next phase in life. Trajan Wealth will help you figure your risk tolerance or what's an acceptable loss. From there, you'll collaborate on an individual portfolio that's custom tailored towards your timeline. Call the fiduciary advisors at Trajan Wealth, 317-480-4040, or visit TrajanWealth.com. Advisory services offered through Trajan Wealth, LLC, an SEC-registered investment advisor. Paid advertisement.
Are you thinking this year I want to look and feel better and get my hair back? We Grow Hair Indy can help you do just that. I'm Rob, and I got my hair back at We Grow Hair Indy. Here's Darren Andrews, clinic director, to tell you why I chose them.
For nearly 20 years, we've helped thousands of clients grow their hair back, and we can help you. We're one of only 2 places in the entire country to offer the Artist Robotic FUE and multi-unit hair grafting.
I got multi-unit hair grafting. I love the results and cannot believe how much hair I got back. I can't recommend them enough. Call right now, 317-522-2995 for a free evaluation. Great technology, great company, great people, great results. Go to WeGrowHairIndie.com, see my results, and call 317-522-2995. 317-522-2995. Don't you want to say, I got my hair back?
The 30th Annual Indiana Motorcycle and Power Sports Expo is back and better than ever. February 14th through 16th and 19th through 23rd at the Indiana State Fairgrounds. Featuring the Midwest's largest selection of motorcycles, side-by-sides, ATVs, gear, accessories, and more. Plus, Bikers Showcase, Tiny Tots Riding Adventure, and the pioneers of Hoosier motorcycling. Your ticket also includes admission to the Ford Indianapolis Boat Sport and Travel Show. Visit IndySportShow.com, another Renfro production.
Morton Building's annual Building Value Day sales event is here and now through the month of February. Morton buildings are built stronger, last longer, and look better. Whether you need a garage, farm shop, stall barn, or storage building for your RV, boat, or collectibles, now's the time to save on new buildings. Visit MortonBuildings.com to learn more and save on select new buildings that will stand the test of time. From Morton Buildings. Certain restrictions apply. See your local construction center for details.
Are you tired of high cable TV rates? Sign up for Dish today and get a $500 bonus offer while supplies last. Plus, lock in your price for 2 years guaranteed. Call All American Dish, your Dish authorized retailer now.
800-296-1251. 800-296-1251. That's 800-296-1251.
Offers require credit qualification, 24-month commitment, early termination fee, and e-auto pay. Restrictions apply. Call for details.
Go where the pros go. Drexel Interiors for 1951 cabinetry. Visit Drexel's Kitchen and Bath Design Centers at 146th and River Road, North Shadeland, or DrexelIN.com.
Rapid Radios are instant push-to-talk walkie-talkies with national LTE coverage. Go to rapidradios.com and you'll get up to 60% off, free UPS shipping. Add code RADIO for an additional 5% off.
You want to listen all day to WIBC, but you don't always have time. Don't worry. There's a podcast for that. The WIBC Mashup. Daily highlights from your favorite hosts, Tony Katz, Kendall and Casey, and Hammer and Nigel. Subscribe wherever you get your podcasts.
Wednesday, hard to tell. Thursday, never looking back. It's Friday.
There's a story that's circulating on the Twittix that I thought was very emblematic of government. And this idea that government is here to help, it's Reagan's, the 9 or 11 scariest words in the English language. I'm from the government and I'm here to help. I didn't count them, so that's why I said 9, 11, or 11. Pick one. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Good morning. But they are. The scariest words are, I'm from the government and I'm here to help. Government doesn't help. They get in the way. They don't help. I'm not arguing against having a government. I am a guy for liberty, not so much for freedom, these things being different, if only that I believe in a set of rules and I believe in a set of guardrails. I think it is important. People don't want to engage the difference between freedom and liberty. That is fine, except there is a difference. And the people who want the true freedom society and no guardrails, I believe you create more problems. But agreeing to those rules, being able to change those rules, that's what matters, that it comes from we the people, not from a top-down point of view. That's the everything, right? That's the everything of the nation. That brings us this. This is about the fires in California, and this is the story that is written. My friend's mom's house burned down. His insurer asked for a copy of the blueprints to process the claim. The blueprints were in the house, and they burned. But there's a copy on file with the Los Angeles Department of Building and Safety. That department requires a release letter from the architect to give him his blueprints, which my friend provides. Whole process takes a week. He goes to the department to get his blueprints, but they won't give the blueprints to him. Why? because the architect signed the request paperwork on the wrong part of the page. The department says my friend needs to start the whole process over. My friend objects. He says the instructions just said the architect needs to sign the page, and he did that. The clerk says, but he signed over the seal. He's supposed to sign next to the seal. My friend goes, so? He signed it. The clerk says, but he signed the wrong part of the page. My friend pleads, you know, my mom's house burned down, and every day this gets delayed is another day she can't get her claim processed. The clerk responds, so what? And that is the problem with government. And if any mayor, any governor, any town official anywhere doesn't understand that that's the problem, fire them. Matt Bear has traffic.
Westbound 70 stalled. A semi coming out of the south split at Meridian, Illinois. It's on the right shoulder. Crash northwest side, 71st Street at Zionsville Road. Northbound 465 slows, 86th Street up to 865. And then looking at northbound 65 out of the north split, that's going to be slow up to Meridian Penn. Traveling out to the airport this morning. The airport this morning looking good right now on westbound 70 from the south split out to the airport collector with Ronald Reagan Parkway and Ameriplex. I see no issues there in 465. Other than that slowdown on the northwest side, we're doing all right this morning. Traffic sponsored by Drexel Interiors. Go where the pros go. Drexel Interiors for 1951 cabinetry. Visit Drexel's Kitchen and Bath Design Centers at 146th and River Road, North Shadeland, or online at drexelin.com. Matt Barrett, WIBC Traffic.
Hey, clock's ticking away, Valentine's Day shoppers. It's Terry Stacy, and for last-minute gifts, family-owned Cynthia's Hallmark makes it really easy. Cynthia's fragrant potpourri bouquets are beautiful, and they'll last forever and make a great decor piece for any home. Lots of plush, too, and the hottest plush on the market, Jelly Cat. Cynthia's always carries the softest, most lovable plush for kids of all ages. Cynthia's Spring Marabou lounge shirts and pants, silky smooth and come in beautiful patterns. Buy a pair of lounge pants for just $19.99. And get the lounge shirt for just $4.99, plus a wide selection of Demdeco jewelry and gifts, including the Art Heart Collection. Stunning and share a beautiful sentiment, perfect for those that you love. Speaking of jewelry, Cynthia's in Greenfield carries the most popular jewelry line in the country, gorgeous E. Newton jewelry. Shop locally owned Cynthia's Hallmark for the biggest selection of Valentine's Day gifts. 116th and Allisonville Road, 96th and Lantern Road, 116th and Brook School Road, and in Greenfield.
The deals and specials are sizzling hot. It's the Central Indiana Gun and Knife Show this Saturday and Sunday at the Madison County Fairgrounds in Alexandria. The best dealers in the region. Hundreds of tables. Just $6 for adults. Kids 12 and under get in free. Must be 18 or accompanied by an adult. Buy, sell, trade. This Saturday, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. and Sunday, 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. at the Madison County Fairgrounds in Alexandria. For more info, visit CentralIndianaGunShows.com.
Cold weather brings hot savings at Tom Roush Lincoln. Select 2024 Lincoln Navigators now $12,000 off and get 0% for 72 months. How about an all-new 2024 Lincoln Nautilus now $6,000 off with rates starting at 4.9% for 60 months. So get in on those hot savings at Tom Roush Lincoln in Fishers.
Lincoln Navigator MSRP 104,825. Lincoln Nautilus MSRP 61,695. Offers good through February 28, 2025. Subject to credit approval. See dealer for complete offer details.
Mike Rowe here with a quick question. Have you noticed mold, mildew, bowing walls, or water in your basement? I hope not, but if you have, your basement is losing the war against groundwater. That's where Indiana Foundation Service comes in, a groundworks company. They can honestly assess your situation and create a plan to waterproof your basement and stabilize your walls. Schedule your free inspection at indianafoundation.com/row.
Licensed in all states where work is performed. See website for details.
Discover cancer care that empowers you at Community Health Network MD Anderson Cancer Center by offering the expert, compassionate care you need.
When I was at my lowest, I would have 2 or 3 nurses come in to give me a pep talk, telling me it's okay to feel this way. It's normal, but you have us to support you and you will get through this.
Learn more at ecommunity.com/cancer.
An evening with legendary comedian Jeff Foxworthy.
But they have a rule in my neighborhood. If you walk your dog and your dog does his business in somebody else's yard, you need to get a little plastic bag, pick it up, and dispose of it. So you drive through my neighborhood and there's all these attractive women walking around with poo-poo purses.
Friday, February 21st, Fisher's Events Center. Live at the annual Hamilton Southeastern Education Foundation Legacy Celebration. Get tickets now at fisherseventcenter.com.
During tax season, your info travels lots of places you can't control.
W-2 arriving from payroll platform 3.
Everything criminals need to steal your identity is on your W-2.
Last call for accountant and home office, 1 minute.
LifeLock monitors hundreds of millions of data points per second.
Tax preparation data centers with service to IRS. All aboard.
If your identity is stolen, we'll fix it guaranteed, or your money back. Save up to 40% your first year with promo code NEWS. Visit LifeLock.com. Terms apply.
Tune in to the Absolute Retirement Planning Show.
When retirement comes about, we're now relying on what we have saved to meet those needs.
Sundays at 9 a.m. right here on 93 WIBC.
Coming up in a couple of minutes, a school shooting was stopped before it could happen. Indianapolis leaders are reversing course on residential snow removal policies. We're expecting a little bit of snow this weekend, and a fight at an animal shelter for better leadership. After Fox News from the Technology Recyclers Studios, you're listening to 93 WIBC, WIBC HD1 Indianapolis. It is 8 o'clock.
How to stop the war in Ukraine. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News. That is a big focus overseas today.
The reality of U.S. troops in Ukraine is unlikely. The reality of Ukraine membership in NATO as a part of a negotiated settlement, unlikely.
Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth in Poland this morning, meeting with his counterpart and our allies' president. Vice President Vance is at the Munich Security Conference in Germany, where he met with NATO's leader, and then later he'll sit down with Ukraine's president.
Vance told the Wall Street Journal that the U.S. could hit Moscow with sanctions and potential military action to push Russian President Vladimir Putin into a deal to end the war in Ukraine.
Fox's Brooke Singman. Doge is under attack in another lawsuit. Democrats in 14 states challenging Elon Musk and the new Department of Government Efficiency as unconstitutional, going into federal agencies looking to slash spending. And Fox's Peter Ducey reports from the White House.
A federal judge here in Washington, D.C. is actually siding with federal contractors suing the Trump administration, claiming that this foreign aid freeze is hurting them. The judge ruled that for now, the Trump team cannot cancel any of the foreign aid contracts that were here when they got here. A different federal judge is also slowing down the president's plan to wind down USAID until at least February 21st.
And the president's working to slash the workforce. There are layoffs at multiple agencies, from Veterans Affairs to the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau. The Trump administration's ordered that all probationary federal workers recently hired, not under civil service protection yet, be laid off. The AP reports that could affect hundreds of thousands of workers. Robert F. Kennedy Jr. is now Health and Human Services Secretary, sworn in after being confirmed by the Senate over Democrat objections that he's a dangerous vaccine skeptic. But Kennedy tells Fox,
I'm not going to take away anybody's vaccine. If people are happy with their vaccines, they ought to be able to get them. What we're going to do is give people good science.
Secretary Kennedy also says he wants healthier food stamp and school lunch programs. America's listening to Fox News.
93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level, on the go.
A school shooting stopped before it happened. You have a clear radar as the sun comes up over downtown Indianapolis. It's 12 degrees. Your high today, 38. I'm Ryan Hedrick. Here's what's trending at 8:02. A student was arrested Thursday for planning a Valentine's Day shooting at Mooresville High School. Jake McDaniel has the story.
The Morgan County Sheriff's Office was told Tuesday that Trinity Shockley had planned to shoot up the school on Friday. Mooresville police detectives spoke to her, and she said she was the #1 fan of Nicholas Cruz, who was the shooter of Parkland High School in Florida, which happened on Valentine's Day in 2018. Shockley told detectives that she had been planning the shooting for over a year. Shockley was taken to the Morgan County Jail in Martinsville, and she faces charges of conspiracy to commit murder. Jake McDaniel, 93 WIBC Mobile News.
And Mooresville High School is opening its doors this morning. Expect dry conditions today, but watch out. Roads could be slick from this week's precipitation.
Some of these spots, precipitation we had the other night, definitely led to untreated surfaces to be a little slick. Those generally across the Indianapolis areas and points to the north is where we saw some of that.
Andrew White from the National Weather Service in Indianapolis says snow is in the forecast late Saturday into Sunday. Indianapolis leaders are tweaking the snow removal policy. They're now going to plow residential streets with more than 4 inches of snow. City County Councilor Josh Bain says a vote on a permanent solution was delayed at Thursday night's meeting.
A lot of us didn't really even get a heads up that we were going to be doing that. You would think after last month's committee meeting and all the feedback that councilors received from our constituents that we would have acted on something tonight.
Now in the past, the city would call in private contractors to help plow the streets when 6 inches fell. However, Indianapolis scrapped that policy about 4 years ago. Immigration laws was the subject of a letter from Indiana's Attorney General Todd Rokita, which he sent out Thursday. Here's John Herrick.
Rokita's letter was to the Indianapolis Metropolitan Police Department and Indianapolis Public Schools. He expressed concerns over IMPD's statement that it does not have the authority to enforce federal immigration laws and IPS's policy of requiring a judicial warrant in order for Immigrations and Customs Enforcement to have access. Rokita told both of those organizations to have their immigration policies in line with state law by February 27th, or they will face legal action from his office. John Herrick, 93 WIBC Mobile News.
13 people are waking up in jail in Howard County. They were wrapped up in an operation called Operation Breeze, accused of selling fentanyl, marijuana, cocaine, mushrooms, and meth. A leadership crisis at a largest animal shelter in Indianapolis. Kurt Darling reports on what former staffers have to say.
Lauren Wyatt used to be the volunteer coordinator for Indianapolis Animal Care Services, and she tells Wish TV that many current and former volunteers do not want interim director Kelly Diamond to get the job permanently.
Top-down leadership, my way or the highway attitude with staff, making volunteers feel less than, not appreciated.
Wyatt says under Diamond's leadership, a lack of staffing has many dogs only getting to go out once a day and sometimes have had to be stuck in crates covered in their own waste. Kurt Darling, 93 WIBC Mobile News.
IU basketball looking to make it 2 in a row tonight against UCLA, and you could listen to the game right here beginning at 7 on 93 WIBC. I'm Ryan Hedrick on the level, on the go, and at WIBC.com at 8:05. Traffic on the 5s. Here's Matt Baer.
All right, we are looking at Southeastern Avenue at Pleasant Run Parkway, and there is a building with a large amount of smoke coming from it, and there is a fire response at that location. Again, at Southeastern Avenue at Pleasant Run. Please be careful in that area. Northwest side, northbound 465 stop and go from 86th Street up to 865. Traffic sponsored by Rapid Radios. Rapid Radios are instant push-to-talk walkie-talkies offering national LTE coverage. For a limited time, go to rapidradios.com now for 60% off and free UPS shipping. Add code radio and get an extra 5% off. I'm Matt Baer with traffic on the 5s. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
Tara Hastings, Wish TV meteorologist, what's happening?
Hey, good morning. It is going to be a bright but cold start this morning. Some spots into the single digits and lower teens. We'll look for the clouds to increase later this afternoon, and highs will be right around 33. Tonight, cloudy, a few snow showers possible after about 6 o'clock, heading into the early evening hours. Temperatures, I think, stay fairly steady, and there is a brief period after about the midnight hour where we could see a couple of hours of some freezing rain, but it's going to be short-lived because temperatures are going to warm heading into your Saturday morning. It's going to change over to all rain, but heads up on Saturday, could be moderate to maybe even heavy rain at times. It's going to be a warmer Saturday with highs near 44, and then colder air begins to work in here on Sunday. We'll see a few snow showers possible with highs near 33, and temperatures tank next week. Highs only in the teens Monday and Tuesday.
That is Tara Hastings, Wish TV. Happy Valentine's Day. I hope you get everything you have ever wanted and more. And if you didn't get anything for your husband, shame on you. Shame on you.
I got him dark chocolate. He loves dark chocolate.
Is that code?
No. Okay. It's just he likes dark chocolate.
Dark chocolate.
He puts it in the refrigerator.
Oh.
And then yeah.
We're learning a lot about your husband today.
He likes to have a piece of dark chocolate and some coffee. So there you go.
All right. Oh. don't quite know what I'm supposed to say to that.
I don't know, but I hope you got your wife something nice.
Oh, well, don't you worry about that.
Oh, boy.
No. What? What? I just told you not to worry about it.
Good.
Oh, yeah. Dark chocolate. That's the...
Oh. Are we just going to let the silence go?
Yep.
That's fantastic. All righty. Well, happy Valentine's Day.
Yep. Tara Hastings, Wish TV meteorologist. I appreciate you, Tara. Happy Valentine's Day to you. 11 degrees in the American Standard Heating Weather Center. The time is 8:09. Reciprocal tariffs. You have tariffs on us, now we have tariffs on you, says President Trump. Yes, doesn't end well. In that, in the meantime, we pay more for everything. Well, you won't pay more if you're only buying American goods. If the American good is created utilizing something that is purchased overseas or from a neighboring country, you're going to pay more. Let's not kid ourselves. Tony Katz at 93 WIBC. Good morning. Good to be with you. Tactic, yes. Policy, no. Wasn't a fan of the 25% tariff on steel and aluminum, raising the prices of soda and beer. I don't like the reciprocal. I get the argument. But you better be explaining short-term pain for long-term goals. Otherwise, people are just going to see higher prices. That's what they're going to see. That is it. And then there's the story of, is this Taylor Swift fans who I guess are angry at the Eagles because, of course, the Eagles beat the Chiefs in the big game. And Taylor Swift is dating Travis Kelce of the Chiefs and all that jazz. I guess a member of the Eagles posted a picture of Travis Kelce and made a comment that he never should have dated Taylor Swift. Right? Silly, I guess. So now Swifties, Taylor Swift fans, have found that his mother owns a restaurant and they're leaving it 1-star Yelp reviews. Now, I argue that the Swiftie fans, the Taylor Swift fans, should just shut their mouths. What in the world did his mother do to you? She owns a restaurant. This is your response? You could be angry with him. His mom? We're going after people's moms now? Hey, Taylor Swift fans, you're not good people. You're doing this. You're really scummy. Stop telling us that your fandom is valuable. By the way, fan, short for fanatic, makes you a nut. This is gross. Yelp has removed a whole bunch of the baseless reviews, and I'm happy to see it. Go after the dudes. That's fine. Call him any name you want. Which I still think is weird, but whatever. His mom? Gross as can be. Property taxes are the story. The mayor of Carmel, Indiana, Sue Finkam, joins us next to discuss her position. Is this the position of all mayors? We will get into it. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Good morning.
When you have a fire emergency, you need a restoration company you can trust to put everything back together. Pat Sullivan here for the Michaelis Corporation. I know. I've relied on Michaelis after a fire at my home. I'm here with the owner, Richard Michaelis. Richard, what makes Michaelis the right call if you have a fire.
Michaelis is local and family owned. We are your neighbors, 39 years of experience, and we'll respond 24/7, 365. The Michaelis Corporation is IICRC certified. We will restore your home or business to pre-loss condition or better.
I've lived it. Michaelis was on the scene at my home before the firefighters had even rolled up their hoses. They asked me about calling a restoration company. I told them I had Michaelis. They told me Michaelis was the real deal. You help with insurance, too?
Yes, we'll work through the insurance process to give you peace of mind.
Water, storms, fire, and mold. Life happens. Michaelis happens to help you through it. Text or call 844-FIXED-INDY. Make it Michaelis.
It's tax time, and tax time is your time to buy a new Nissan and get double your tax refund or down payment only at Andy Moore Nissan of Indianapolis. For a limited time, when you buy any new Nissan, Andy Moore Nissan will double your tax refund or down payment up to $5,000. That means your $1,000 becomes $2,000. Your $2,000 becomes $4,000. Your $4,000 becomes $8,000. This month only, Andy Moore Nissan will double your down payment up to $10,000. Worried about your credit? Don't sweat it. Good credit, bad credit, even no credit. Our credit experts will get you approved with the best terms, with as little as $0 down on any new Nissan in stock. Andy Moore Nissan is making deals other dealers won't and approving deals other dealers can't. Andy Moore Nissan, 4302 Lafayette Road, Indianapolis, Indiana.
During tax season, your info travels lots of places you can't control.
W-2 arriving from payroll platform 3.
Everything criminals need to steal your identity is on your W-2.
Last call for accountant and home office, 1 minute.
LifeLock monitors hundreds of millions of data points per second.
Tax preparation data centers with service to IRS. All aboard.
If your identity is stolen, we'll fix it guaranteed, or your money back. Save up to 40% your first year with promo code NEWS. Visit LifeLock.com. Terms apply.
Show your true love and spoil her with that special Valentine's gift from Pierce Jewelers in Carmel that says, I love you. Remember, shop local, shop smart, shop Pierce Jewelers.
Traffic on the 5s. Matt Baer in the WIBC Traffic Center. What's going on?
Hey, watch out for Southeastern Avenue and Pleasant Run. Large fire response there because of a building fire. 3-story building with a lot of smoke coming out of that. I'd stay clear. Northbound 465 on the northwest side. Stop and go traffic. 86th Street up to 865. And northbound 65 slow out of the north split to West Street. Traffic sponsored by Rapid Radios. Rapid Radios are instant push-to-talk walkie-talkies offering national LTE coverage. For a limited time, go to rapidradios.com now for 60% off and free UPS shipping and code radio and get an extra 5% off. I'm Matt Baer with traffic on the 5s. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
11 degrees in the American Standard Heating Weather Center. The time is 8:15.
If your loved one has stopped seeing friends because hearing loss prevents the use of the telephone, please help them by visiting RelayIndiana.com. RelayIndiana.com provides captioned telephones that allow the hard of hearing to have phone conversations through voice recognition technology. The other person's words appear on an easy-to-read screen. Help your loved one stay in touch with their family and friends by getting them the CapTel captioned telephone from Relay Indiana. Learn more at RelayIndiana.com.
Yeah, pretty much the only place my wife and I have done any furniture shopping over the past few years is Thompson Furniture and Mattress down in Columbus. And right now, they have an incredible Indiana-made Smith Brothers of Bern factory authorized sale going on. 50% off. These are the best quality sofas, sectionals, recliners in the business. Made in Bern, Indiana with a lifetime warranty. And this sale ends Monday, March 3rd. And don't forget about free delivery from Thompson Furniture and Mattress in Columbus.
Go where the pros go. Drexel Interiors. For 1951 cabinetry, visit Drexel's Kitchen and Bath Design Centers at 146th and River Road, North Shadeland, or DrexelIN.com.
Cannot wait. I'm yours.
Property taxes are the talk of the town. Now, I've stated before, and without any equivocation, that I oppose all property taxes. If you own your house, you own your house. To say you own it, but actually the state owns it if you don't give them money is not ownership. That is certainly, I think, a rational course, and if we can argue a philosophical one. And isn't the conversation for what we're dealing with now, because property taxes are not going away, we're discussing whether or not they should be increasing at the levels they are. Tony Katz, great to be with you. The mayor of Carmel, Indiana, Sue Finkam, joins me right now. I put out the call. I want to hear mayors discussing what's going on with property taxes, where they are as they're testifying regarding Senate Bill 1, this idea of reducing property taxes. And what we hear about is the effect it will have on cities. Are there other ways that cities can go about surviving? Can they engage in cuts? How does this work? I put out the call. Mayor Finkam was the first to respond. And Mayor, good to have you with us. Let's start with the basics, because you did testify regarding Senate Bill 1. Do you favor the capping or reduction of property taxes in the state of Indiana?
Good morning, Tony, and happy Valentine's Day. Thanks for having me on. First, let me say unequivocally, I support targeted and balanced tax reform. All mayors do. So, and to your point about property tax elimination, if that's what the conversation was going to be about, I'd be all in, except that's not what the governor and the General Assembly have put forth. So now we work together to make the proposal that's on the table the best it can be, one that provides the relief that residents need and also still allows cities to provide the high-quality services that the residents and businesses want.
So let's take a step back. First, I must say that I would reject the idea that that is what all mayors want. I don't know if that's actually true. You can argue that's what you want as mayor of Carmel, and I'd be fine with that argument. I don't believe that is necessarily what all mayors want. But the question was, do you favor a reduction in property taxes, a cap or reduction in property taxes, because we can see quite clearly that the taxes have grown exponentially over the past couple of years?
Yeah, as I said, I support targeted and balanced tax reform. And I think every city is a little different in how their taxes have changed over time. And I think every city has to serve its residents in the way that they were elected to serve. So we do have caps already, homestead deductions, circuit breaker caps, and I think most effectively has been the cap on the levy growth the last 2 years that the state legislature put on cities. So our tax receipts over 5 years grew 7%. Our assessed value went up 48%. So they've been effective in controlling the growth of taxes. And I want to be part of that conversation moving forward to make sure we have the right balance in play.
Talking to Mayor Sue Finkam of Carmel, your statement was that you favor targeted and balanced tax reforms, which is different, I would argue again, than what I'm driving at. So let's make sure we understand things in definitions. What to you is targeted and balanced tax reforms?
Well, balance to me is making sure we have a balance between making sure that our taxes don't run away with abandon, and also we have dollars available to provide the services they were asked to provide. You know, road paving, emergency medical response, code enforcement, building inspections, all those kind of safety initiatives as well. We've worked really hard to do that at a high level. And people choose Carmel because it's safe, the schools are great, and the quality of services are high. And interestingly enough, those over 65, the quality of services the city delivers is the number 2 issue why people move here. We did a survey last year, so that's fresh data.
Can't we vote on that? Couldn't Carmel decide, couldn't we decide that instead of just saying, well, the property taxes and that's how the city gets its money, couldn't we have a vote where the people hear the idea, here's what we want to raise, here's what it's going to go for, and let's vote on this idea? Wouldn't that be a more transparent way of doing business?
Well, what I'm concerned about is that would perhaps provide inconsistency between years where tax rates would jump and fall and jump and fall, and I think that provides a lot of unrest. Again, that's not on the table. One of the ideas right now is an operational referendum that would happen, I think it's every 2 years and even numbered years. So we'd have to look at how that happens. But, Tony, our budgets are public. They're heard 2 times. We talk about what our budget's going to be. We vote on our rate every year in a public meeting. So it is really transparent. And we took the next step, and we put a transparency portal together that shows our budget. It shows all of our spending for the last 3 years. shows our debt. It shows everything that customers need to look at to determine if we're providing value to them, which that's what it's all about, right? Making sure that the services we provide exceed the cost that goes into it for value.
Talking to Mayor Sue Finkam, the mayor of Carmel, Indiana, you saw Governor Braun's property tax plan, and you testified about this, the Senate Bill 1. Never mind that the Indiana Senate has made changes to this. As the provision was put forth, as the bill was put forth, did you support it or oppose it?
I had very grave concerns about how deep the cuts went for the city of Carmel. It was a 27% loss in assessed value, 26% cut in operating budget. That's very, very challenging to be able to move forward with, and I don't even know if we could. And frankly, we didn't do the deep dive to determine if we could even handle that and how we would do it. We have immediately put in a temporary spending change right now on personnel, hiring, travel and fleet, and numerous other purchases in our city to make sure we are well prepared coming out the end of this session to meet the needs of the General Assembly and the governor with what comes out at the end of the session.
Do you have concerns about what Carmel residents pay on property taxes? Your concern is about what the city will take in, but is there a concern about what the residents are paying?
Of course, we always are concerned about residents are paying because, again, it's a value proposition. Some residents have been hit harder than others, and really the ones that are under the cap, the circuit breaker cap, are probably the ones that are feeling it the most because the school referendums are outside of the cap, and so they've gone up higher. So we are always concerned about residents are paying.
The conversation about services, right, and this balance, it very often comes across from mayors and town officials that it's like a threat. Well, if we don't have this money, I guess your house is going to burn to the ground if it should catch fire. It does come across like that, and I don't know if necessarily many in elected office are aware of that. But in the city of Carmel, is there an argument that we can't cut property taxes because we need? I live in Carmel. I voted for you. Do we need one more statue in a roundabout? Do we need one more statue on Main Street? I'm not saying you don't want a pretty place. I am saying, can't you have one less thing and therefore bring down the cost to the taxpayer a little bit? Is that conversation so anathema?
It's not. It's what we talk about every day. Last week and the week before, we had all team meetings. We talked about operational excellence. We talked about making sure that we deliver more services with the dollars that we have that are essential in nature, which means fire, police, it means code enforcement, building inspection. It means all the things that matter to residents first. It goes back to Maslow's hierarchy of needs. If you're not safe and secure, nothing else matters. And I've been very clear that we're not cutting public safety to the best of our ability. We're going to cut everywhere else before public safety because that's our first and foremost, our priority to deliver to the citizens of Carmel and those that visit. And look, we overachieve in those areas, and we want to keep it that way. You're twice as likely to survive a cardiac arrest in Carmel than the national anywhere else in the country. Our burglary and violent crime rates are 91% lower. We deliver high-level services, and we tend to keep it that way.
You see, I don't mind your argument. I just think it has to be presented to the voters in a different way other than, yep, these are your property taxes, suck it up. Property taxes or die is a very rough way to engage what can be a much more honest and free-flowing conversation. Before I let you go, we saw that the Senate did change what it was that Governor Braun was looking for, that 3% cap on growth, right? Getting rid of those, changing those deductions only to last for 2 years. What the Senate Republicans really have put forward, do you support that legislation and those changes to property taxes?
Yeah, I'm greatly appreciative of the work that they did to make this more tenable for cities, but also provide relief for residents. Now, it's going to go over to the House, and we'll have another conversation over there, but I stand ready to work with the governor, the House, and the Senate on this whole process.
So if I were to ask this question differently, do you support some level of property tax cuts? What is the answer there?
Yes, and I think I've said that 2 or 3 times. Yes, sir.
Sue Finkam, the mayor of Carmel, Indiana. I appreciate you taking the time to join the show. We invite all the mayors of Indiana to come on and discuss their point of view. Matt Bear has traffic. What's up, Matthew?
Yeah, Tony, there is a fire response at Southeastern Avenue and Pleasant Run, and a large amount of smoke was coming out of a 3-story building there, so I'd be very careful in the area. Stay clear if you can. Northwest side, northbound 465 slows 86th Street up to 865, and eastbound 465 a little bit tight before I-69. It's not bad, though. Traffic sponsored by Drexel Interiors. Go where the pros go. Drexel Interiors for 1951 cabinetry. Visit Drexel's Kitchen and Bath Design Centers at 146th and River Road, North Shaveland, or online at drexelin.com. I'm Matt Bear with traffic on the 5s. Follow us at WIBC Traffic.
Hey, this is Rob.
And this is Casey.
What lawmaker got mad at me and said something stupid?
Find out Friday, 9 until noon on 93 WIBC.
When you're running a small business, every dollar counts. And there's lots of ways you could try saving money, like, say, subletting half your office to an exotic pet shop, or downsizing your fleet of catering trucks to a fleet of catering scooters. Or you could try a smarter way to save. Switch to Comcast Business Mobile. It could save you up to 70% on business wireless compared to AT&T, Verizon, and T-Mobile, and save you the hassle of having a parrot as your desk mate. So don't compromise your business to save money. Keep it growing with Comcast Business Mobile, an incredible value and smarter way to save. Comcast Business Mobile, powering smarter savings, powering possibilities.
Restrictions apply. Compares weighted average of providers based on optimized pricing. Comcast Business Internet required. Reduced speeds after data usage included with plan. Savings may vary.
Want to play a game with me and Dad?
Mommy's not feeling good.
You need to vaporize that cold.
Vaporize?
Yeah, with DayQuil VapoCool. It's DayQuil plus a rush of Vicks vapors.
Whoa.
Come on, honey. Let's let Mommy rest.
You guys are amazing. And so is DayQuil VapoCool.
DayQuil VapoCool, the vaporizing daytime coughing, aching, fever, power through your day medicine. And to vaporize sore throat pain, try Vicks VapoCool drops. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
We all have people in our lives we interact with. Maybe it's your favorite barista, a neighbor who waves to you every morning, a coworker you grab lunch with, or maybe it's me, the hairstylist you've gone to for years. What if you learned I had a substance use disorder? Would it change how you see me? It's okay to see the addiction, but when you choose to see the person, not just their disease, it can help change someone's life. Learn more at seebeyondtheaddiction.org.
Go where the pros go. Drexel Interiors for 1951 cabinetry. Visit Drexel's Kitchen and Bath Design Centers at 146th and River Road, North Shaveland, or drexelin.com.
Hammer and Nigel.
The commander-in-chief doesn't have to watch Matlock with pudding smeared on his face. We've got a commander-in-chief that no longer falls up and down the stairs multiple times. I'm excited for that.
Hammer and Nigel. Afternoons on 93 WIBC. 93 WIBC Mobile News. On the level. On the go.
A mass murder plot is thwarted. You have a clear radar over downtown Indianapolis where it's 13 degrees. Your high today is 38. I'm Ryan Hedrick. Here's what's trending at 8:31. A student in Morrisville was arrested after the FBI foiled her plan to shoot up her school. Morrisville Police Chief Kerry Buckner says Trinity Shockley was obsessed with school shooters from previous years.
She had a fixation with school shooters or mass shooters. She had a lot of their pictures on their walls.
And he said she planned to shoot up the school today to pay homage to Nicholas Cruz, who shot 14 students and 3 staff members on Valentine's Day in 2018 at Parkland High School in Florida. Robert F. Kennedy Jr. has been confirmed as the nation's next Health and Human Services Secretary, and one Hoosier leader believes this confirmation was inevitable. Here's Sasha Nixon.
Senator Jim Banks spoke to WIBC's Hammer and Nigel Thursday, where he explained that Kennedy had lots of support from people around the country, including in the Hoosier state.
This Make America Healthy Again agenda is something women all over the state of Indiana, the Maha moms, are really excited about.
Banks also praised President Trump's pick to lead the NIH, calling him a hero who argued against COVID-19 lockdowns, but was canceled for his efforts. Sasha Nixon, 93 WIBC Mobile News.
You may notice if you go into the Google or Apple app stores that TikTok is back. It returned late last night after Attorney General Pam Bondi sent a letter to Apple saying it wouldn't be fine for the app showing up in stores. Several arrests and counting. Kurt Darling reports on a month-long drug bust in Howard County.
Kokomo police had been tracking a drug dealing operation for several months. In January, they began making arrests. So far, they've arrested 13 people connected to it as part of Operation Breeze. All arrested in some form or another are charged with dealing meth, pot, fentanyl, and mushrooms. Police have also found several guns, body armor, and thousands of dollars in drug money. They say they're not done making arrests. Kirk Darling, 93 WIBC Mobile News.
We are 100 days away from the 109th running of the Indianapolis 500. Indianapolis Motor Speedway President Doug Bowles says they plan to begin the countdown to the green flag on May 25th in style tonight in Speedway.
We have fireworks tonight at the Speedway. Sort of to celebrate that. We've got drivers in and around the market doing different things. We're going to do a thing at Riley Children's Hospital today where we take some of the drivers down.
And he says you should get your tickets for the running of the Indianapolis 500 right now. You could do that by going to ims.com. Sports on WIBC is brought to you by Ball State Athletics. Visit ballstatesports.com. IU just took down number 11 Michigan State on the road this week, and now they're looking to take down UCLA tonight. Head coach Mike Woodson knows the Bruins, who have won 7 of 8, will not make things easy.
We got to look ahead, man, and try to figure out this next game. UCLA is next. They're playing tremendous basketball. And, we playing them in our gym on our floor. We just got to come out and put a 40-minute ball game together.
And you can catch IU basketball coverage right here on 93 WIBC beginning at 7 with the pregame show. 7th-ranked Purdue takes on number 16 Wisconsin in West Lafayette tomorrow at 1 o'clock. Race car driver Elio Castroneves crashed in the NASCAR Daytona duel on Thursday, but he'll still be in Sunday's Daytona 500 because he has a provisional spot. And starting on Tuesday, NFL teams can tag in pending free agents. I'm Ryan Hedrick on the level, on the go, and at WIBC.com. At 8:35, traffic on the 5s. Here's Matt Bear.
Fire department responding to Southeastern Avenue at Pleasant Run because of an earlier building fire. Smoke coming out of a 3-story building. Be careful, please, if you're in the area, or just avoid altogether. Eastbound 465 north side, a little bit slow. Allisonville Road to I-69. Traffic sponsored by Drexel Interiors. Go where the pros go. Drexel Interiors for 1951 cabinetry. Visit Drexel's Kitchen and Bath Design Centers at 146th and River Road, North Shadeland, or online at drexelin.com. I'm Matt Bear at WIBC Traffic.
We have got ourselves 12 degrees in the American Standard Heating Weather Center. The time is 8:35.
Are you thinking this year I want to look and feel better and get my hair back? We Grow Hair Indy can help you do just that. I'm Rob, and I got my hair back at We Grow Hair Indy. Here's Darren Andrews, clinic director, to tell you why I chose them.
For nearly 20 years, we've helped thousands of clients grow their hair back, and we can help you. We're one of only 2 places in the entire country to offer the Artist Robotic FUE and multi-unit hair grafting.
I got multi-unit hair grafting. I love the results and cannot believe how much hair I got back. I can't recommend them enough. Call right now, 317-522-2995 for a free evaluation. Great technology, great company, great people, great results. Go to WeGrowHairIndy.com, see my results, and call 317-522-2995. 317-522-2995. Don't you want to say, I got my hair back?
How bad is it?
Don't sugarcoat it. Give it to me straight.
Want coffee?
I think I need some coffee.
Time to fill up on the news. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Good morning. Dow futures down 102. NASDAQ futures are down 28. Oil prices up $71.96 on the West Texas crude. Brent crude at $75.80. The 10-year Treasury note down a bit this morning at 4.490. It's the reciprocal tariffs, people. It is what it is. It's the reciprocal tariffs. So, market looks at it and says the cost is going to go up. That's going to have an effect on sales, an effect on profits, an effect on stock price, and you see a little bit of a down. Don't get angry. That's just what it is. And where did I have? Interesting about Pete Hegseth, the Secretary of Defense. A little bit of a mistake. I have no issue with Pete Hegseth as Secretary of Defense. I was absolutely fine with it. I was fine with changing things up in a very, very profound way. In the DOD, I thought Lloyd Austin was horrific. He went AWOL. He didn't tell the president he was having surgery, didn't tell his underlings, and just left. He doesn't have any right to keep that secret or private. He was always wrong about that. Despicable. And that's an attitude that simply cannot create a good military. But Hegseth had stated that it was not really realistic for Ukraine to think about having pre-2014 borders, meaning before Russia took Crimea and now wanting areas of the Donbass. An illusory, basically an illusion. I'm not pronouncing that word right now, and I apologize for that. We have to guarantee security guarantees, or we have to include security guarantees for Ukraine. NATO membership is off the table, and let's not think that they're not going to give up some land. Now, that's my take about how the deal is eventually going to go. That is certainly different than how maybe the defense secretary should say it out loud. And so some people said, that's a heck of a thing to say. Not that it can't be said, but wow, all right. You're putting a position out there, a policy. Then Hegseth gives a speech the next day while he's at the NATO headquarters, saying, all that said, these negotiations are led by President Trump. Everything is on the table in his conversation with Vladimir Putin and Zelensky. What he decides to allow or not allow is at the purview of the leader of the free world, of President Trump. So I'm not going to stand at this podium and declare what President Trump will do or won't do, what will be in or what will be out, what concessions will be made or what concessions are not made. It's not my job as the Secretary of Defense to define the parameters of the President of the United States as he leads some of the most complex and consequential negotiations in the world. Translation, don't pay any attention to what I said yesterday. So it leads to some questions. I thought they were very well written over there at National Review. Did Hegseth get out over his skis, or did the world shift under his feet? All right, this is the plan, and then the plan changed the next day because Trump can change his mind like that. And that's part of having to navigate this as somebody who's a member of the cabinet. I'm not sure. And I'm not going to take this and say, well, I guess Hegseth's a failure. No. But this is not great. It just doesn't matter who you are. You don't want to be the next day coming out and saying, oh, what I said yesterday, well, what I really meant. You never want to be in that position. It's politics. In politics, if you're explaining, you're losing. If you're explaining in this case, you're covering for a mistake. Yours pushed onto you, it makes no difference. Got to be a little more careful in what gets put out there. Hey, it's been less than a month. I'm going to give some grace, but I'm certainly aware. By the way, if anybody thinks Ukraine is going to be able to get out of this war without giving up some land, I think they're out of their mind. Trump gets that done, I will be duly impressed. Tony Katz, 93 WIBC. Good morning.
Kendall and Casey.
This is a bill that prohibits minors under 16 from using social media without parental permission.
This is an example of government trying to resolve a problem that they have no business being in, which is how you parent your kid. If you want your kid to be on social media, that's your right as a parent. You dictate that.
Kendall and Casey, weekdays 9 till noon on 93 WIBC and WIBC.com.
Hey, clock's ticking away, Valentine's Day shoppers. It's Terry Stacy, and for last-minute gifts, family-owned Cynthia's Hallmark makes it really easy. Cynthia's fragrant potpourri bouquets are beautiful, and they'll last forever and make a great decor piece for any home. Lots of plush, too, and the hottest plush on the market, Jelly Cat. Cynthia's always carries the softest, most lovable plush for kids of all ages. Cynthia's Spring Marabou lounge shirts and pants, silky smooth and come in beautiful patterns. Buy a pair of lounge pants for just $19.99 and get the lounge shirt for just $4.99, plus a wide selection of Deco jewelry and gifts, including the Art Heart collection. Stunning and share a beautiful sentiment, perfect for those that you love. Speaking of jewelry, Cynthia's in Greenfield carries the most popular jewelry line in the country, gorgeous E. Newton jewelry. Shop locally owned Cynthia's Hallmark for the biggest selection of Valentine's Day gifts. 116th and Allisonville Road, 96th and Lantern Road, 116th and Brook School Road, and in Greenfield.
Cold weather brings hot savings at Tom Roush Lincoln. Select 2024 Lincoln Navigators now $12,000 off and get 0% for 72 months. How about an all-new 2024 Lincoln Nautilus now $6,000 off with rates starting at 4.9% for 60 months. So get in on those hot savings at Tom Roush Lincoln in Fishers.
Lincoln Navigator MSRP 104,825. Lincoln Nautilus MSRP 61,695. Offers good through February 28, 2025. Subject to credit approval. See dealer for complete offer details.
Health gives you the ability to love more, feel more, be more. Health gives you the ability to live an extraordinary life. Because every day, no matter the challenges, is a chance to breathe, laugh until your belly aches, cry because you care so much, and experience everything that makes your life truly extraordinary. For 150 years, Franciscan Health has been there, watching extraordinary lives unfold. Love your extraordinary life.
Blood, sweat, tears. At Bill Estes, we know it takes hard work and years of doing the right thing to build a business people can depend on. That's why we don't make empty promises and expect your trust. Estes earns it. From Ford F-150s and Toyota Tacomas to Ram 1500s and Chevy Silverados, we have the trucks you'll love at prices you can believe in. But don't just take our word for it. Your trust means something. Estes earns it. BillEstes.com.
Traffic on the 5s and Matt Baer, WIBC Traffic Center. What's happening?
Southeast side, watch out for Southeastern and Pleasant Run. Fire response there for an earlier building fire. And northeast side, eastbound 465, slowing a little bit after Allisonville Road. Traffic sponsored by Drexel Interiors. Go where the pros go. Drexel Interiors for 1951 cabinetry. Visit Drexel's Kitchen and Bath Design Centers at 146th and River Road, North Shadeland, or online at drexelin.com. I'm Matt Baer on the 5s at WIBC Traffic.
13 degrees in the American Standard Heating Weather Center. The time is 8:46.
Life insurance. Why are you putting it off? Can't afford it? Too much hassle? Think you don't need it? There's lots of excuses for putting off life insurance. But if you weren't there, who would pay the mortgage and other bills? With Ethos, you could be covered in 10 minutes and boom, family protected. Ethos, fast and easy online term life insurance. Up to $2 million in coverage with no medical exam. Some policies as low as $1 a day. Answer a few health questions and get your free quote at checkethos.com. That's checkethos.com.
You my little boo thing, so I'll give a hoot what you do. Say, girl, I know you a little too tame. I'll be shooting that shot like 2K, girl, I know. Tell 'em
On Tony Katz today, we'll be taking a look at the border. Griff Jenkins of Fox News scheduled to be with me. Border crossings are down in a big, big way. Is it an actual change of policy or is it just a change of attitude? We will discuss it. And, of course, Zelensky is talking to Trump. Putin is talking to Trump. What will that deal look like when we see an end of hostility, an end of the war in Ukraine? And tomorrow, 3 hostages set to be released by Hamas. Now, as for this idea of you have until noon on Saturday to release the hostages or we will let all hell break loose, that's not happening. That's not what's going on. If 3 hostages are released, Israel's going to take those 3 hostages. I'm not sure how it's going to go down. I'm not sure if Israel's now going to get the rest of its people. Don't know. What I know is, according to the polling, Democrats are more pro-Palestinian than any time in the past 7 years. Their sympathies are with the Palestinians, not with the Israelis. Ask me why I'm not a Democrat. Well, that's why. My sympathies are with the people who want to live a free life and not with the people who want to kill the people who want to live a free life. Tony, that's no way to talk about the Palestinians. Yes, it is. They've shown it. They have shown it. This is not imagination. This is what it is that they have done. This is them. So, with that, don't ask me to feel bad for any part of it. Hamas has to lose. The Palestinians can't govern themselves. I don't quite know how you're going to move them out, but since they're not of the area anyway, there's no historical claim, no rational claim. We'll see how it goes. Not quite sure how that part's going to work. But no, they can't govern themselves. They can't. Hamas has to be destroyed. The Ayatollah has to be destroyed. Hezbollah has to be destroyed. You have to cut off the funding of state-sponsored terrorism, and then you have to remove the mindset of terrorism en toto. I hope they get their hostages back tomorrow. I hope all the hostages are returned. The New York Post is reporting that Health and Human Services spent $22 billion on migrants between 2020 and 2024. Now, just like we saw when it comes to the EPA, the amount of money, the billions that the EPA, the Environmental Protection Agency, put out in the last days of the Biden administration, trying to screw over the Trump administration and help their fellow travelers. Gross stuff, and Lee Zeldin, who's now the administrator of the EPA, is working on getting that fixed. HHS, through their Office of Refugee Resettlement, which lost 32,000 children, never mind, I think it was 300,000 children that were missing. Where are they? Where did they go? What happened to them? Part of the system by which HHS moved this money, and this money didn't go to, well, hotels. That's a lot of money for hotels. No. This money went to buy cars, homes, and build credit for startup businesses. We helped illegal immigrants build a startup, and we didn't help veterans. Sorry. There's a reason God made pitchforks. If you think that the American people shouldn't be in absolute revolt over this, in their feeling and in their action, you're nuts. You're nuts, political left. You're out of your mind. Helping an illegal immigrant start a business? No. You help them get back home. We help veterans start businesses. That's what we do. We pay $22 billion. I wonder how many nurses we could have put through nursing school. How many nurses we could pay the debt off of. Well, absolutely. We need the nurses. Do I need nurses or do I need illegal immigrants? I need nurses. I rank these things. Nurses come first. Do I need to help veterans make sure they have a good quality of life? Or do I need illegal immigrants? I'm going with veterans. I'm for veterans and nurses. By the way, participating in a very, very cool fundraiser for veterans on April 24th. That's going to happen in Indy. I'll get you all the details Very cool. I will be your MC, one of the hosts. It's very groovy. I'll get you the details in a couple weeks. But this is the kind of despicableness that's been happening in our government. This is the kind of radicalness that has been taking place. And this is what the Democratic Party is very openly saying. We're cool with this. We're fine with this. We're good with this. These people should never win an election again. And right now, they're not on track to. More people, for the first time in 20 years, think the country is on the right track instead of the wrong track. You think Democrats have anything they can counter that with? Trump's a threat to democracy. That's their argument. Meanwhile, America's saying, we like what we're seeing. An actual action to making their lives better and keeping them safe. That's what they're saying. That's what they like. I will have much more to discuss at noon on Tony Katz today. I'll catch you then. Right now, Matt Bear has traffic.
Eastbound 465 slow, Allisonville Road over to I-69. On the southeast side is Southeastern Avenue, Pleasant Run Parkway, IFD. Indianapolis Fire Department responding to a building fire, three-store building. Large amount of smoke was coming out of it earlier. Also, northbound 465 on the northeast side, wide open right now from East 56th Street up to I-69. Of course, that interchange, I-69, 465 on the northeast side being rebuilt, and that's going to be done at the end of the year. You can watch for lane closures in that area over the weekend, as we could have some popping up here and there. Just for the weekend, though. Westbound 70 open from 465 to the North Split looks good. Traffic sponsored by Drexel Interiors. Go where the pros go. Drexel Interiors for 1951 cabinetry. Visit Drexel's Kitchen and Bath Design Centers at 146th and River Road, North Shadeland, or online drexelin.com. Matt Barrett, WIBC Traffic.
Attention taxpayers. If you or your business owe the IRS back taxes or have years of unfiled tax returns, the IRS has green-lighted billions of dollars in tax relief to those facing financial hardship through its tax relief initiatives. If you have a delinquent tax problem and possibly facing wage garnishment, liens, levies, audits, or already in a payment plan, you may now qualify for significant relief. Qualifying and enrolling in this program could stop all collections, settle your tax problem, and may even reduce what you owe by up to 99%. Call the hotline at Tax Help USA to see if you qualify by dialing 800-210-8808. If you or your business owe at least $10,000 in back taxes to the IRS or state, you can now get the help that you need during these hard economic times. Call Tax Help USA to get your free tax assessment to see what you qualify for by dialing 800-210-8808. 800-210-8808. 800-210-8808.
Hi, this is Denny Smith for Exercise Inc. A lot of folks give up on their bodies in their 40s or 50s. Statistically, we gain 1.5 pounds every year past 50, and it's usually a tough slog to fight that. 19 years ago, I took a friend's recommendation, and I went to Exercise Inc. for one of their free consultations. Me? I didn't want to get heavy. I wanted to stay trim and in shape, and that was really a struggle. 19 years ago I went, and 19 years later I'm still going every week. They've helped me to reach and maintain my health and fitness goals, and they do that with specific strength training in only 20 minutes a week. You've just got to try this health and exercise approach, and the consultation is free. My guess is that, like me, you'll be skeptical for the first couple of weeks, and then it happens. You'll feel better. You'll probably lose some weight, and you'll probably look better, too. Go to Exercise Inc. today and sign up for a free consultation. Avon, Brownsburg, Zionsville, and Greenwood, now in Fishers, too. ExerciseInc.com.
It's tax time, and tax time is your time to buy a new Nissan and get double your tax refund or down payment only at Andy Moore Nissan of Indianapolis. For a limited time, when you buy any new Nissan, Andy Moore Nissan will double your tax refund or down payment up to $5,000. That means your $1,000 becomes $2,000. Your $2,000 becomes $4,000. your $4,000 becomes $8,000. This month only, Andy Moore Nissan will double your down payment up to $10,000. Worried about your credit? Don't sweat it. Good credit, bad credit, even no credit. Our credit experts will get you approved with the best terms with as little as $0 down on any new Nissan in stock. Andy Moore Nissan